winter is upon us, and the boys of Caribou County have divided their attention between the mats and the hardwood. Tonight, we put our focus onto the basketball court for another thrilling edition of Caribou County basketball. It doesn't matter if you put on the red and black of Soda Springs, the red and gray of Grace, or the purple of North Gem. When it comes to Caribou County basketball, the Bear is colorblind in its coverage, bringing you every dive into the bench, every shot from the outside, and every pass to the paint, as the boys of the county fight, scratch, and claw their way towards the hope of an appearance at the state tournament. It's boys basketball in Caribou County right now on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com. Sports on KBRV are brought to you by Sanders Furniture, Reed's Plumbing and Heating, Monsanto, Silver Star Communications, and by Cook Brothers Broadcasting. Now, let's turn our attention to the court as we send it to the voice of Caribou County, Caleb Burgraff.
And good afternoon and evening to everybody tuning in right now on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com for tonight's broadcast of the Soda Springs Cardinals taking on Snake River and the Panthers, the third game of the year for both of these two teams as they both look to try and find a way to keep their winning alive, as Snake River comes into this game 1-1 on the year, but they did win their last contest. Soda Springs, on the other hand, is coming off of 2 wins against schools from a higher division as they were able to take down Sugar Salem and South Fremont over the last weekend to open up their season. Some very, very convincing wins for Soda Springs and the Cardinals as they were able to take down Sugar Salem the first night in a 49-39 win, and then against South Fremont, they sent the South Fremont Cougars home with a 63-44 win, and that gives the Cardinals a chance to beat the Cats 2 straight times as they're taking on the Panthers tonight in a game that could turn into a very, very interesting and fun affair to watch out there on the court between the fast, quick-paced offense of the Soda Springs Cardinals and the slower, more methodical offense of the Snake River Panthers, as the Panthers have a lot more size than the Soda Springs Cardinals, and they're hoping to play on that tonight as they look to try and move to 2-1 on the season and drop the Cardinals to that same record. It's been a while since the Cardinals have won here on this court against the Panthers. Talking to Coach Greg Bergholm, he said the last time he can remember was in 2011. So it's been about 5 years since the Cardinals have been able to come away with a win here at the home of Snake River. We're going to take a break and come back with more on our pregame show. But first, I want to remind you this broadcast brought to you by Caribou Memorial Hospital, where you will find a qualified, happy, and fun staff working with doctors who have a real interest in your well-being. They also have a large network of specialists and surgeons working in state-of-the-art surgical facilities and feature on-site rehabilitation services to ensure you have a comfortable and timely recovery. That's Caribou Memorial Hospital, Living Center, and Clinics at 300 South, 3rd West in Soda Springs. Back with more after this on the pregame show on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
There's an organization in southeast Idaho whose wildlife conservation efforts have been commended by the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, the Idaho Fish and Wildlife Foundation, and the North American Moose Foundation. Who is this organization? It's Monsanto. While Monsanto is honored by the recognition they receive, their ongoing dedication to the environment is its own reward for all of us. Monsanto. Imagine.
Today, my new dad and I shot off a rocket in the park.
Today, my new son and I failed to shoot off a rocket.
The rocket launched into the air.
And then crashed into the pond.
I'll never forget that day.
I'll never forget that day, even if I tried.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are. For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Here are your Lalaton's food specials for the week of December 10th through the 16th. We started all off with beef chuck roasts at $3.99 a pound. You can also get 10-pound boxes of fancy navel oranges at $5.99 each. Don't forget they have Western Family Butter with select varieties at $2.79 a pound. Try out their Tropicana juices, 46 to 59-ounce select varieties for $2.99. That's your Lalaton's food specials for the week of December 10th through the 16th in Soda Springs.
Would your business survive a disaster? Nearly 2/3 of businesses aren't prepared for an emergency, and 40% of businesses that experience a disaster never recover. Make an emergency plan now before it's too late. For a free online tool that helps you develop an emergency plan to keep your business up and running should disaster strike, visit ready.gov/business. Brought to you by the Federal Emergency Management Agency, the American Red Cross, and the Ad Council.
Welcome back out to the home of Snake River and the Panthers at Snake River High School. The Soda Springs JV team just now seeing their game come to an end. They lose to Snake River and the Panthers 51-40. Hopefully that is not a sign of things to come for the game to come after this one with the varsity game. It's time for our pregame show, though, to continue, as it's time now for the Caribou Motor Rewind standout student, as we had a chance to sit down with sophomore Tara South from Soda Springs High School. We'll be back with her comments right after this on this presentation of Soda Springs Cardinals basketball on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
For the past 32 years, the team at Caribou Motor Rewind has been specializing in pumps and electric motors, including domestic pumps for house wells. Offering parts and service, they have everything you need. The team at Caribou Motor Rewind thanks everyone in southeastern Idaho for your business and congratulates area high school students on their hard work and dedication to schoolwork and to sports. Caribou Motor Rewind, 198 North Hooper, Soda Springs. Stop in today.
Caribou Motor Rewind, a proud sponsor of the standout student. We're just about set for, we're about 15 minutes away from the opening tip when the Cardinals take on Snake River. And right now we talk with Tara South on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
Caleb Bergraff here with Tara South, a sophomore at Soda Springs High School. And Tara, how's the school year been going so far for you?
It's been going good. It's a little hard this year, but it's going good.
What are some of the differences between your sophomore year and your freshman year in high school?
I'm more outgoing. I know how to get through to each class. I know the teachers better. I know how to just be a better student.
When you look at the classes that you're taking, first of all, before we get too much into that, what are the classes you're taking, and which ones are some of your favorites?
My favorite would have to probably be my women's weights, because it's pretty much my favorite one. Simple as that. But I don't have very many classes. The only class that, other than women's weights, that I like is my online class, which is like a health class for me. So yeah.
Is that something you're thinking about getting into after high school, is getting into women's health or getting into health in general and wellness?
Yeah, I kind of want to go into the hospital and be a midwife. So it's a lot of pressure to start working on.
Definitely good to have those goals and that idea of what you want to do when you're this early into your school year. What about teachers? Are there any teachers that have really stood out to you as your favorite teachers so far?
Not so far. I like all the teachers mostly, so I can't really exactly have a favorite.
What do you look for in a good teacher? When you walk into a classroom, what do you expect from a teacher in order to help you learn the best?
Organization, for sure.
Looking at the organizational skills, are you a very organized person too? Do you kind of keep a good schedule and set yourself up like that?
I'm pretty good, but my mom helps me most of the time.
One of the other things you said that you're doing, you're not involved in really a lot of clubs or organizations, but you are helping out with the musical. What's it like being part of that and working with Mrs. Nelson?
It's a lot of fun. I was in her class last year, so it's just a lot of fun to help all the kids. They have a lot of potential, and they're great, and they'll have a lot of fun with this.
Any sneak peeks on what's going to be going on in the musical, on any of the sets, on any of that stuff that's going on?
I can't exactly tell you. You'll have to come see.
Oh, I knew that answer was coming up. What about for fun outside of school? Is there anything that you just do for fun around Soda? Obviously, it's winter, so it kind of limits your options, but what piques your interest when it comes to fun things outside of school?
I don't have a lot. If I do, it's probably writing, reading, dancing, or just hanging out with my family.
Final thing for you, and when you come to Soda Springs High School, you're a sophomore, you said you're starting to branch out a little bit more in the school and kind of find your spot in the school. What makes this school a fun one to come to? What makes you enjoy this school the most?
Probably all my friends I have, teachers, just everyone's so nice here, so I can't exactly push people away.
Tara, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us. You're a standout student for this week, so congratulations on that, and good luck the rest of your school year.
Thank you.
That was sophomore Tara South from the Soda Springs High School. Brought to you by Caribou Motor Rewind in Soda Springs. You're tuned into the pregame show. When we come back, we'll visit with members of today's coaching staffs. Excuse me. Here on this presentation of Soda Springs Cardinals basketball on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com/Soda Springs.
mylocalradio.com is Southwest Wyoming and Northeast Utah's top website and the best source for local area news, weather, sports, and community events. And that's not all. MyLocalRadio.com features thousands of photographs of Wyoming and Utah high school events, from speech and drama competitions to local events, sports and activities, and much more. Check it out today and see what MyLocalRadio.com has for you.
Hi, this is John Ondrasik of Five for Fighting, here for RAD, the entertainment industry's voice for road safety. You know, style is a personal thing, and your lifestyle is your business. But if you take it on the road, it becomes everybody's business. So please, plan ahead, designate before you celebrate. Friends, don't let friends drive drunk.
A public service announcement brought to you by RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
Cattlemen have a code of ethics. Live each day with courage. Take pride in your work. Always finish what you start. Do what has to be done. Be tough but fair. When you make a promise, keep it. Ride for the brand. Talk less and say more. Remember that some things aren't for sale, and know where to draw the line. The folks at Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho are proud of the students at Grace High School, investing in the leaders of tomorrow. The Mound Valley Cattle Company, 208-339-0614.
It may be hard to believe, but people just like you are already saving money. FeedThePig.org makes it easy. Their simple savings plan teaches you how to start saving without going overboard. So you don't need to start foraging wild berries.
I was skeptical, but these are actually pretty good.
You don't need to sell your soul to the devil.
$15 is the best I can do.
You just need FeedThePig.org. Don't get left behind. Get tips and tools at FeedThePig.org. Brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
Back out here once again, high above the court at Snake River High School. Caleb Burgraff on KBRV 800 The Bear, as well as online at MyLocalRadio.com. It's time for the pregame coaches show, brought to you by, well, we don't have a sponsor yet. If you want to be a sponsor, be sure to get in touch with the radio station, as this spot is wide open for you. No one sees the game the way the coaches do. We're going to take a few minutes and sit down with the head coach of Snake River in Robert Coombs, and then talk with Tanner Myers from the Soda Springs Cardinals about what he thinks, as he is a senior on the Cardinals this year, and we're going to find out what his thoughts are on what the Cardinals need to do to win. Right now, though, it's Robert Coombs from Snake River on KBRV 800 The Bear, your home for Soda Springs basketball.
Caleb Burgraff joined here on the pregame show with Robert Coombs, who is the head coach of the Snake River Panthers. And Coach, season so far is in the early going, just into the second week of it. How's your team shaping up right now? Are they getting to where you want them to be at by the end of the year?
We got some things to work on, but I'm pretty excited where we're at. We're 1-on-1. We lost to Buell and beat Kimberly, but we're headed in the right direction.
What were some of the things that you looked at in those first two games specifically that you really enjoyed watching from your team, that you were really impressed with?
I was really happy they played hard. I mean, we're a physical team, we're a big team, and I was really happy with their effort and the way they got after it.
When you look at a team that has the kind of size that you guys bring forward, a lot of expectations can be had on the rebounding and getting the ball down low into the post. Is that something you like to do with this team?
Yeah, we're big. We should be able to control the boards, hopefully, and we shoot the ball well from the perimeter also, so we'll take whatever they give us.
Who are some of the kids that you're looking at on this team to really lead your team? You have a lot of seniors, and sometimes that can end up having too many Chiefs with not enough Indians. Is that something that's the case with your team, or do a couple kids really stand out and really take that leadership role?
We have a lot of seniors that have been around for quite a while, so that's one of the things we got to do is come together a little bit. But right now our two leading scorers are Clancy Thomas and Tyler Coombs, and we expect leadership out of all our kids. They've played together for a long time.
Caleb Burgraff here on the pregame show with Robert Coombs. And Coach, when you look at this rivalry with Soda, you can kind of start calling it a rivalry with the amount of times you guys play. You guys really get the upper hand in the rivalry the majority of the time, though. You've won 7 of the last 8 meetings, and including winning every single home game that you guys have had against Soda. What do you look at in this Soda team, and what are some of the things that you've seen them over the years do well?
Well, Coach Bergholm's a great coach. He does a great job with them. They're always physical, they're always aggressive, and they're always ready to play.
This year's team is a team that from the first two games really looks like they like to push the pace up the court. Is that something that's going to work against the style of play you like to go with, or are you going to be looking to try and run the ball right with them?
We run the ball quite a bit because we have a lot of big kids, so we get it off the board, and we like to get out and run and get as many easy ones as we can.
You look at some of the other players from Soda. They have a couple seniors on their team as well that are really looking to be leaders. Who are some of the kids that you remember from last year that might be some issues and might cause some issues for your team this year?
I'm not really sure. We just play this early in the season. I don't do a lot of scouting early in the season, so we just play up, and I'm more concerned about what we're doing instead of what the other team's doing.
Couple more questions for you. When you get to play at home, what is the home atmosphere like for people that from Soda that have not been to this gym? Atmosphere like in this court?
Well, we usually have a lot of people here, and if you look around the gym, there's a lot of state banners hanging in here, so the expectations are pretty high.
When you have those type of expectations, do you think the players buy into that every single year? Does that help it when you want to bring a continuous program out there when you have that kind of success?
Absolutely. They have been growing up in this community, and they've learned that we won, and they just kind of expect to win, but they have to earn it, and they have to go out and play hard.
Coach Coombs, thank you so much again for taking the time. Good luck to you guys tonight, and looking forward to hopefully a good contest between Soda and you guys.
Thank you.
That was head coach Robert Coombs of the Snake River Panthers here on our pregame coaches show. We're going to take another break, and on the other side we'll sit down with Tanner Myers, a senior on the Soda Springs basketball team this year, and talk with him about what exactly his expectations are as well. Back after this on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
Whether or not you like winter, winter is upon us. There has never been a better time to convert to natural gas. Make this winter more comfortable and warm with a natural gas Lennox furnace from Reed's Plumbing and Heating in Soda Springs. The temperature outside doesn't matter. Keep your family cozy for years to come. For a new natural gas furnace, service on your existing furnace, or an in-home consultation, visit Reed's Plumbing and Heating today. 180 South 3rd East, next to the overpass. Reed's Plumbing and Heating. Natural gas worth asking for.
Whoa. The moment my son saw a redwood tree.
It's huge!
Is the moment I knew that for him,
You can't even see the top of that thing.
even the sky has no limit.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. Your moment is out there. Find it at discovertheforest.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
One stop and get everything on your list. Gas, groceries, fresh deli items, lottery tickets, and all your fish and game licenses. Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs is locally owned and open 7 days a week. You can check the daily lunch specials every Monday through Friday on the Patterson Quick Stop Facebook page. When you need it quick, get it at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs, 111 North Hooper. Go Cardinals!
Listen, as a hiring manager, I've got to tell you, the best job candidate isn't always the typical candidate. Sometimes they're a grad of life.
Meet the grads of life. Young adults of unique determination and experience. An ideal fit for your company in an entry-level position, internship, or mentorship. They might not have every qualification you typically look for, but they're exactly who your company needs.
Sometimes the best candidates aren't the ones you're used to.
Go to gradsoflife.org to learn how to find, cultivate, and train this great pool of untapped talent. Brought to you by the Ad Council and gradsoflife.org.
Back here on the pregame show, high above the court at Snake River High School, Caleb Burgraff on KBRV 800 The Bear. And time now for our interview with Tanner Myers. He's a senior on the Soda Springs Cardinals basketball team, and we'll find out what his thoughts were on the opening start for the Cardinals and what they need to do this week as well against Snake River, as well as South Fremont and Sugar Salem coming back around.
Caleb Burgraff here with Tanner Myers, and Tanner from the boys basketball team in Soda. You guys had a pretty good start to your season, 2-0 on the start. You were able to beat 2 3A schools here on your home court. How good did that feel to get that type of a start on the season?
It was a sign of relief because we didn't know where we were going to be at from starting a whole bunch of new kids, younger kids, and we're where we should be.
Between yourself and Josh Balls as the only 2 seniors on the team this year, as far as the starting lineup for seniors, what type of role do you guys have to take when you're out there on the court in that starting lineup?
We have to step up and do our part and hit our shots in clutch time, and we got to make sure everyone's doing their job, and we have to slow down when we need to slow down and pick it up when we need to pick it up.
When you look at some of the younger kids on the team, were there any that really impressed you in those first 2 games of the year in some of their play, not necessarily scoring-wise, but just in their overall play on the court?
Yeah, a lot of them stepped up and picked it up on defense, moving their feet and getting in front of them. All of them have been doing fantastic.
Those 2 wins that you got against South Fremont, which is the defending state champions for 3A, and also against Sugar Salem, another tough team from that same district. What do those wins do for you guys when it comes to just building on what you've been working on in practice and seeing them come to fruition?
It just shows what we can do and how much more we can do, because it's the start of the season and we had a lot of potential.
This week, not much of a rest for you guys. Snake River on Wednesday, then you also get to go back up and take on Sugar Salem and South Fremont on Saturday and Friday. How big is this week going to be in testing the team's resolve and just the ability to stick with it and continue to get better?
It's going to mean a lot because we haven't won in Snake River for a long time, and both South and Sugar, it's going to be a different game because we're in their house with their refs, and it's going to be a game changer.
When you see those types of games, talking about the ones on the weekend where you're playing a team that you just got through with playing, would you rather have a little bit more time in between those games, or do you like getting right back at them?
I like getting right back at them because we just beat them, so they got to deep down that they know we can beat them, but it's pretty fun.
Looking at the practices that you guys have been going through, what's been the big focus on practices, and what was the focus today after those games that you really needed to work on and things that you really need to pace yourself on?
We've been working on moving our feet in defense and staying in front of them, and we've been repping our offense over and over and over.
One of the things I was impressed at your ability to do in those first 2 games, for a team with not a ton of height, you really defended the post well, with Will Sims down there doing a lot of good work. Also, Henry Workman had some good work down low, and you guys out-rebounded both teams in the games that you had. Is that something you expected from this team, or did that take you by a bit of surprise?
We've been working on a lot of help side defense, and there's always Coach Les screaming at us in practice to box out, so we've been working a lot on boxing out and help side defense.
When you look at just what you guys need to do this season, where's the biggest spot that your game really needs to work on, where you want to be at another level by the end of the season?
I like getting assists when they need to be. If there's a wide open jump shot or a layup, rather get a layup than a jump shot.
Well, Tanner, thank you so much again for taking the time to talk with us, and good luck as you prepare for this week. It should be a fun week, and hopefully it'll prove a lot of things about where Soda's at.
All right, thanks.
Oh, Santa, it's nice to take a minute and relax in the recliner and love seat we got from Sanders Furniture and Appliance.
Oh, yes it is.
The folks at Sanders Furniture are always so nice to work with.
This year, they are going to help me by offering Christmas Eve delivery service to customers in the Soda Springs area.
That's great, Santa.
Stop in today for the perfect gift and have it delivered Christmas Eve. Sanders Furniture and Appliance, 148 South Main, Soda Springs.
This year, firefighters will battle thousands of wildfires around the country in hopes of containing them. But a single ember that escapes can travel more than 1 mile, where it can ignite and destroy your home or community. You can't control where the ember will land, only what happens when it does. Prepare, protect, prevail. Get fire adapted. Learn simple steps you could take now to reduce wildfire damage later at fireadapted.org. A public service message brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council. Learn more at fireadapted.org.
It's so pretty here.
Katie's away at college,
There's the library.
but she can still be close to her mom back home. Travis is working on a big report. High-speed internet puts a world of information at his fingertips. Silver Star Communications provides connections that help students learn and keep families close, even when they're miles apart. Get your family in touch and informed with high-speed internet from Silver Star Communications. Call today or visit silverstar.com.
Would your business survive a disaster? Nearly 2/3 of businesses aren't prepared for an emergency, and 40% of businesses that experience a disaster never recover. Make an emergency plan now, before it's too late. For a free online tool that helps you develop an emergency plan to keep your business up and running should disaster strike, visit ready.gov/business. Brought to you by the Federal Emergency Management Agency, the American Red Cross, and the Ad Council.
Back out here at the home of Snake River and the Panthers on KPRV 800 The Bear. Time for us to take a look at our starting lineups for tonight, brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital Home Health. We start off with the Soda Springs Cardinals. They're going to be led off by the same starters they had over the weekend. Tanner Myers leads off wearing the number 2. He is a 6-foot senior. Josh Balls wears the number 3. He is a 5'11 senior. The only 2 seniors in the starting lineup. Ridge Thompson wears the number 10, 5'11, and a junior for the Cardinals. Will Sims is going to be wearing the number 20, a 6'4 junior. And wrapping in the starting lineup up is number 23, Henry Workman. He is a 6'4 sophomore for Soda Springs and the Cardinals. On the other side for Snake River and the Panthers, the home squad will be wearing the home uniforms with the white jerseys, purple shoulder straps, Snake River written across the front of it. Number 4 is Sean Miller, a 6'1 senior. Number 13 is Jaden Poulter, a 5'10 senior. Number 14 is Cade Jensen, a 6'6 senior. Look for him to be big down low in the post. Number 21 is Clancy Thomas, a 6'5 sophomore. And number 23 is Tyler Coombs. Those are your starting lineups brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital Home Health. And the opening tip brought to you by the 3C Girl and Grace is going to be won over by by Snake River. I apologize there. And the Panthers will open up with the basketball working right to left on your radio dial. Quick pass down low into the post is going to be picked off by the Cardinals, and they're going to bring it back up. Henry Workman getting his hands into the passing lanes, and the Cardinals will look to reset their offense as they work around the outside. Josh Balls to one side, Tanner Myers to the near side. Ridge Thompson taking the point, gives it off now to Will Sims. He passes off to Henry Workman, holds the ball above his head, fakes the pass inside, comes back to Tanner. He'll feed the balls inside the corner. Goes over to Thompson, top of the key, steps back, thought about putting up a shot, gives it off to Workman now. 40 seconds gone by, Cardinals still working around the outside as Thompson feeds it to Tanner Myers. He holds on the right side, man-to-man defense being played by Snake River, as they're a team that would like to try and switch off as many of their rotations as they can. And quickly a turnover by the Cardinals now, as trying to drive baseline as Ridge Thompson throws it off the bottom of the backboard, and it will be back into the hands of Snake River in the white uniforms, going right to left. They'll pass it up to the top of the key, taken there by Tyler Coombs. Coombs comes over to the left side. Poulter rises up from the three-point line. His shot no good. Rebound pulled down on a physical play underneath the basket by Clancy Thomas. And he's going to be fouled on the play by Will Sims as both of them went up the same time. Thomas somehow got position underneath the basket, and it'll be an inbounds play coming up for Snake River. Right side of the basket, looking to do the inbounding there is Sean Miller. Looks deep, still can't find anybody. That's 5 seconds, and he turns it back over to Soda Springs. Good job by the defense of the Cardinals to stay with everybody on the court and make sure nobody was able to break open, and that clock in Miller's head has to go off a little bit quicker if you're a Panther fan. Back up court now, the Cardinals will come left to right. It's going to be Ridge Thompson coming across the logo over to his left. On the far sideline, stands in front of the cheerleaders in the student section, who sits down while the Cardinals have the ball. Will Sims looks over to his right, sees a cutting Thompson, instead goes up to Josh Balls. Far side, they feed it to Myers. Myers goes underneath Workman, rises for a little fadeaway jumper short off the side of the rim. No good on the shot, and the rebound, it goes out of bounds to Snake River, so it'll be another chance for the Panthers to get onto the board first. 1.5 minute gone by here in the first quarter. Still no score between these two teams. Panthers with the basketball, trying to feed it down low into the lower post was Clancy Thomas, trying to get it to Tyler Coombs, and it's going to be a foul called on the Cardinals. This time it's Tanner Myers who picks up his first. Another chance to inbound. Miller lobs this one deep, not trying to risk an inbounds play. And an over and back violation is going to be called on Snake River for their third turnover of the game. And the Cardinals have another chance now to get onto the board first, despite missing it on their first 2 chances. They forced a turnover on Snake River their first 3 possessions now. It'll be Ridge Thompson with the ball. Comes across half court, gives it off to Will Sims, the 6'4" junior. Takes it on the left side wing before giving it to Workman. Workman feeds it to Thompson, rises for 3, left side wing. Can't get the shot to go. Skying for the board is Tyler Coombs, and back up court quickly comes Snake River. Trying to push the pace, Coombs now pulls it back up top to his point guard in Jaden Poulter. Poulter passes off over left side. Miller open for 3 from 2 feet beyond the arc. Can't get it to go. A foul is going to be called after the shot down low on the rebound, and it looks like this one's going to be on Snake River. They catch it on number 14, Cade Jensen. So Jensen picks up the first team foul for Snake River, and another chance now for Soda Springs and the Cardinals to bring the basketball forward. Thompson still takes the point, wearing the black road uniform, red trim, and red highlights. It'll be Thompson kicking the ball off to Myers, rises from the near side wing, can't get the shot to go. Ball's going to be pulled in once again on the rebound by Snake River, and quickly pushing the pace is Clancy Thomas, doing it all himself as he gets Snake River onto the board. 5:25 to go, 2-0 the score here in the first quarter of play. Snake River on top. Tanner Myers now trying to lob a pass to Ridge Thompson. Floats it over the head of everybody and out of bounds, and it's a turnover by Soda Springs back over to Snake River. 5:18 to go, and the Panthers will bring it up the left side of the court. Taking the point there is going to be Poulter. Goes to his right, now cuts back to his left, goes backdoor with a little pass underneath, up and under by Clancy Thomas. He gets his 4th point of the game, and it's 4-0, all on the hands of Thomas. Snake River on top. Far side, Tanner Myers with the ball, feeds it to the corner. Will Sims holds on to it there for a moment, now passes it back up to Myers on the wing. They'll recenter it at the logo with Ridge Thompson. That man defense still being played by Snake River as Thompson goes to his left, cuts in the corner, finds Tanner Myers who pump fakes, drives inside at the elbow, rises for a shot, can't get it to go. Rebound almost possessed by Workman. Instead it goes to Jaden Poulter after Workman couldn't control it all the way down. And they'll feed it to Coombs on the near side. Coombs drives in, puts up a little right-handed floater, can't get it to go. Rebound pulled down on the offensive board by Clancy Thomas, and he's fouled on the putback. And the Cardinals will watch him head to the free throw line for a chance at a pair. Foul goes on Ridge Thompson, 3rd team foul, and it sends Clancy Thomas to the stripe where he will have a pair of free throws coming up. First one is up and good, and he has all 5 points right now for Snake River. Snake River is coming off of a season where they struggled, but a timeout's going to be called here quickly. We'll get back to that thought on the other side of this break. You're listening to Soda Springs basketball and KBRV 800 The Bear, where the Cardinals trail 5-0 to Snake River after 3.5 minutes of play. Online at mylocalradio.com.
Here are your Lalaton's food specials for the week of December 10th through the 16th. We started all off with beef chuck roasts at $3.99 a pound. You can also get 10-pound boxes of fancy navel oranges at $5.99 each. Don't forget they have Western Family butter with select varieties at $2.79 a pound. Try out their Tropicana juices, 46 to 59 ounce select varieties for $2.99. That's your Lalaton's food specials for the week of December 10th through the 16th in Soda Springs.
Welcome back out to the home of the Panthers of Snake River. Caleb Burgraff here on KBRV 800 The Bear, and bringing the ball forward is going to be Soda Springs, down by 5, 4:20 to go, and Ridge Thompson backs the ball up towards the half-court stripe before feeding it to Tanner Myers on the near side. Still same starting 5 for Soda Springs as they find Josh Balls. He'll quickly kick it to Thompson, steps inside the three-point line, goes up top to Tanner Myers, goes inside himself, now throws the ball off of the hands of Jaden Poulter, and it will remain Soda Springs basketball on the near sideline after the near turnover. Myers gets the ball into Ridge Thompson, quickly goes into a offensive stance before moving it over back to Balls. Back up top to Thompson. He'll feed it to Myers, fires one down into the corner where Will Thompson tries to drive baseline, goes a behind the back pass. Now Tanner Myers saves it from going out of bounds, and another save almost made by the Cardinals, but instead they will end up turning the basketball over. Some fancy play there for the Cardinals trying to keep the ball alive, but just nobody in the right position in order to take advantage of it. And with 3:46 to go, the Cardinals pick up their 3rd turnover, and it will be back over to Snake River once again to inbound the basketball. Poulter will take the basketball up across half court, comes straight across the logo, guarded by Thompson, top of the key. Drives to his left, cuts one into the corner. Piper right there, goes back outside where it's going to be taken by Poulter once more. He feeds it to the right side. Dawson with the basketball, tries to go into the corner once again where Bridger Truman has the ball. Now he's going to be fouled on a drive, trying to feed the ball back outside to Dawson, and it will remain Snake River basketball after Josh Balls picks up the 4th team foul for the Cardinals. Substitution checks into the game for Soda Springs. Will Kress will take his spot onto the court as the senior Josh Balls takes a seat. The two seniors trading positions as looking to inbound the basketball now is Braden Piper. He gets this one up top to Poulter, who comes over to his left, stands on the wing for a moment, goes between the legs with the dribble before finding a open Thomas for a moment, who's going to be hounded by the Soda Springs defense before feeding it back outside where Truman takes the ball. The guard will walk over towards the top of the key, now comes back over to left wing, bounce pass into the corner. Dawson has it poked out of his hands, stolen by Tanner Myers, holds off Dawson on the drive, lays it up and in. Great job by Tanner Myers, not only stealing the ball but also holding off Dawson, who was charging from behind to make up for the turnover. 2:54 to go. Cardinals on the board for the first time, 5-2. Far side of the court, rising at the elbow and putting one down. Braden Piper answers right back. Back to a 5-point lead for Snake River, and Ridge Thompson pushes the pace back the other way. He tries to spin around, almost has the ball poked away from him. Now drives in, is fouled from behind, is reaching around him, is Bridger Truman. And that will be Truman's first foul, the team's second foul on Snake River. And excuse me, they actually called that on Jaden Poulter. I thought it was going to be from behind on Truman. Instead it was the man in front and Poulter for not moving his feet. 2:35 to go. Far side, Kress gives it up to Thompson, now top of the key. Over to Kress once again, guarded on the outside of the court by Piper. Not using a dribble, gives it up to Tanner Myers, now top of the key again. Fires a pass down low into the low paint where Olsen goes up for a shot and comes up grabbing his right ankle with a grimace on his face as he was taken down to the court on a tough play by Clancy Thomas. Nothing dirty about the play, just a hard basketball play, and it's going to end up seeing the Cardinals inbound the basketball from underneath the basket. 3 more subs come in for Soda Springs, as it's going to be all bench players except for Tanner Myers. And inbound to the basketball is Josh Balls, who's also back into the game as well for the Cardinals. And they're going to throw it away right away. Going back up the court, it's turned over by the Cardinals. Jaden Poulter with the steal, Bridger Truman with the lay-in, and the Cardinals see the lead go up now to 7 against Snake River. Full court pressure being slowly applied by the Snake River Panthers as the Cardinals inbound the basketball, and some confusion as the officials are going to come over and talk things over with the coach of the Panthers in Robert Coombs, as I think everybody was a little bit confused as to what was going on there. Cardinals, though, will now be bringing the basketball forward. 2:09 to go, down 9-2 to Snake River and the Panthers. Not the start you were hoping for if you're a Cardinal fan listening into this game. Over to the right side, the ball's going to be passed around. Kress takes it over and gives it to Balls. Far side corner, they get it. Tanner Myers, pump fake, drives around, cuts underneath, where he's going to find a quick pass into Kress. He finds Brown underneath the basket. Shot is going to be up off the basket, no good, and a jump ball is going to be called on the play. So Soda Springs will be able to retain possession. That is an Erickson Racing and Repair jump ball for all your automotive, ATV, and snowmobile needs. Minute 49 to go as Josh Balls looks to inbound the ball, finds Kress near side, rises from a foot inside the three-point line, can't get the shot to go. Rebound bounces outside to Race Duncan, and up court again will come the Panthers. Into the lane quickly, it's Miller. No, that's Poulter who's going to drive in. Jaden is going to be fouled, and he'll head to the stripe for a pair of free throws on the line as Will Kress picks up his first foul, the 5th team foul on the Soda Springs Cardinals. And Poulter, who has yet to score tonight, will step forward to the stripe. First free throw up and good as Snake River reaches double digits. 10-2 now the score. First quarter of play with a minute 39 to go. One more coming up for Poulter, wearing the number 13 on his back and front. Rattles that free throw home, catches the front of the rim, goes off the sides, and drops its way through. Cardinals down by 9 points, 11-2, needing a basket here to end a run that's been pretty devastating. A 6-0 run, an 11-2 run to start the game now. Over to the far side, Ridge Thompson on the wing, picks up the basketball. Now is going to be hounded by Poulter there. 5-second count started. Kress takes the ball as he relieves Thompson and now feeds it to Josh Balls near half court. Defense extending. Cardinals tried to take advantage but can't get a quick shot off underneath. And now they'll turn the ball over as Ridge Thompson dribbles the ball off his knee, and back up court will come Snake River again. Into the lane, pump fake, and rising up, being fouled on the way up is Bridger Truman. And Truman will have a pair of free throws coming up now, and the foul goes on to Ridge Thompson. That'll be his second foul as the junior is going to send Bridger Truman to the line for a pair. So far, Snake River 3 for 4 on the night. First free throw up and no good. Tried to bank it in and could not quite hound that one down into the basket. So the score will remain at 11-2. More subs back into the game for Snake River as Sean Miller checks back in, as does Tyler Coombs. And the free throw is up and no good once again for Soda Springs. The rebound, though, jump ball is going to be called as several players diving for it, but it's going to end up going into the hands of Kate Jensen, who was tied up, I believe, on the play by Hiram Brown. So it'll be another Erickson Racing and Repair jump ball. Another chance for Snake River to inbound the basketball this time. Underneath their own basket, kick ball outside. It's going to be handed off to Coombs, who takes on the right wing, drives into the lane, 2 steps towards the hoop, lays it up, short off the side of the rim, no good. And Kyle Olsen pulls in the first rebound of the game for the Cardinals. Near side, Will Crest with the ball in the corner. Steps one outside. Ridge Thompson rises from NBA range. No good on the shot. Can't get it to go. And it's going to be Braden Piper with the rebound and bringing the ball back forward. Has it poked away from him to remain in the hands of Snake River. Good job by Josh Balls forcing the defense and forcing the ball out of the hands of Poulter as he was running up the court. 11-2, the score still remains. 42 seconds to go. Ball inbounded. It'll be taken up top by Piper. He feeds it over to Miller on the left side of the top of the key. Tries to stutter step his way and spin move. Gets his way wide open in the lane and rattles one home. Sean Miller with some quick feet for a big body, and he rattles that one in to give an 11-point lead now to Snake River. 13-2. 23 seconds to go. Ridge Thompson with the ball. Right-handed dribble. Bounce pass down into the low block. It's Olsen turning around. Quick fadeaway jumper. Kyle Olsen puts the Cardinals back on the board again. 13-4, still within 1 point, and Snake River will bring it forward. 7 seconds to go. Ball into the hands now of Truman. He rises for a quick three from the outside. Rebound goes up off the top of the backboard, and with 0.9 seconds, the Cardinals will get a chance to inbound. And we'll see if they can get a heave into the basket here. Thompson with the ball, fires one up to the buzzer, can't get it to go, and we will head to the second quarter of play with the score at 13-4. Soda Springs to a slow start. We'll see if they can improve on their play in the second quarter of play here at KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
Cattlemen have a code of ethics. Live each day with courage. Take pride in your work. Always finish what you start. Do what has to be done. Be tough but fair. When you make a promise, keep it. Ride for the brand. Talk less and say more. Remember that some things aren't for sale and know where to draw the line. The folks at Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho are proud of the students at Grace High School, investing in the leaders of tomorrow. The Mound Valley Cattle Company, 208-339-0614.
So, I'm a dog, and I'm kind of new to this family, but I've noticed a trend. My humans do this thing where they go around and get all my toys and hide them in this basket, but it's always the same basket, and it's always the same place, and then they act so surprised when I find them, but I'm like, hello, that's where you put it last time. Humans are the worst at hide and go seek.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
It'll be the Cardinals with the basketball to start quarter number 2, trailing by 9 points, 13-4. Keep an ear out for your Trail Canyon Lodge Bed and Breakfast play of the game. That's brought to you by the Trail Canyon Lodge in Soda Springs. And right now, the play of the game might have to be that Sean Miller spin move in the lane. We'll see if the Cardinals can come up with something better than that. Josh Balls holds onto the ball, gives it up to Tanner Myers at the top of the key. Tries to drive in, double team there before finding Balls, who throws the ball away into the hands of Snake River, and another turnover. Cardinals as their 6th. Up the court comes Snake River. Ball on the near side is going to be handled by Truman. Goes to Miller on the right side. He looks for Truman, Now fires a pass that's going to go through the hands and out of bounds as Coombs couldn't get a handle on it and turns it right back over to the Cardinals. It goes through his hands, hit him in the hands, and back into the Cardinals bench. So with 7:28 to go, the Cardinals will get another turnover from Snake River and bring it forward with Josh Balls taking the point to the right side. The senior now gives it up top where Olsen looks down low. Back over to Josh Balls. He'll fire a pass underneath, and trying to sprint his way to it is Riley Harris. Instead, it goes out of bounds for another Cardinal turnover. That's their 7th in the game. If there has been one thing the Cardinals have struggled on so far this season, it has been their turnovers in those first 2 games, and those problems continuing here in game number 3 of the season. Over to the right side, ball into the hands of, that is going to be Truman on the far side, almost popped up into the basket on a pass down low into the post. Cardinals come up with the basketball on the turnover, and a quick pass up ahead to Henry Workman will give the Cardinals a first basket of the second quarter and cut into the lead, making it a 7-point game. 13-6. 6:46 to go. Miller takes the ball on the top of the key for Snake River. Right side, they pass the ball off to Jensen. Looks over to the near side, and rising for 3 is going to be Coombs. Rattles it in motion. Caught the ball on the outside, right into his 3-point shot, and Tyler Coombs answers right back to the basket by Workman. Gives it back to a 10-point lead to Snake River. Balls comes over to Tanner Myers, looks inside Workman, hands about 10 feet away from the basket, puts up a shot, banks it in soft off the glass. Henry Workman with a quick turnaround jumper. That might be your play of the game right there. 16-8. Cardinals still getting doubled up, but starting to trade baskets now with Snake River, and at least the offense starting to heat up. Miller takes the ball for Snake River. Right side, gives a pass off. rattles a shot around, does Braden Piper. Rebound pulled down by Tanner Myers, and he's fouled on the play. That's only the second board of the game so far for Soda Springs with 6:02 to go in the second quarter. Foul is going to be called on Sean Miller. It'll be his first foul, and the fourth team foul on Snake River. Soda Springs currently has 6 team fouls, so it'll be Snake River in the bonus after this if it ends up going that far. Riley Harris checks out of the game. Back into the game is going to be Will Sims, and the Cardinals bring the ball forward with Josh Balls. Crossing the timeline, comes to the near side, passes one down low to Workman, looks inside, has not used his dribble, now does, tries to go right, tries left, now passes one across the court to Josh Balls, rises for a quick 3-ball, can't get it to go. Workman pulls in an offensive rebound and then loses it on the baseline as he dove for the basketball after having it poked out of his hands. It's another turnover on the Cardinals, but you can't really fault that one on anybody on Soda Springs' side. 5:38 to go. Ball brought back forward by Snake River. Trying to drive inside was going to be Dawson. Gives it off to Miller. He'll rise at the free throw line, and nothing but net on the way down. Sean Miller with 4 points now in the game, and it's a 10-point lead once again for Snake River. Far side, Workman takes a quick shot. Airballs this one over the hoop. It's going to be rebounded, though, by Josh Balls, who lays it up and in on the offensive glass and gets the Cardinals back within 8. Again, the two sides trading baskets here in the second quarter of play. 5:09 to go. Ball back into the hands of Snake River. Miller breaks the ankles of Tanner Myers, but can't get the shot to go, and a foul's going to be called underneath the basket against Snake River. I believe they're going to catch that one, and it is on Caden Jensen. It'll be his second foul, 15th foul on Snake River, and the Cardinals will again get a chance to bring the basketball forward after the officials spend some time cleaning up the court down in front of the Panthers basket. 18-10, Cardinals a chance to cut into this lead that Snake River's been building up. If they can put a point onto the board here, it'll be Josh Balls to jog the ball forward. Red shoes, black legs with black uniform on top of all of that. Over to the far side corner, Workman gives it up top to Olsen, stretches his body out to pull in a pass before moving it to the near side where Myers goes down low. Firing a pass down to Will Sims, who's fouled from behind. Bumping him on the play is going to be Braden Piper for his first foul, and another chance for the Cardinals to inbound, see if they can get a play here to go. They'll line up with 3 along the baseline, and Tanner Myers stands along the free throw line with Josh Balls getting set to do the inbounds. Taps the ball. Now looks over to his right, looks deep. Workman open for a moment, but the lob it deep to Olsen, who takes it just to the left of the logo. Gives off to Josh Balls, guarded on the outside there by Dawson. Walks over to his left. Dawson tries to reach in, poke the ball away, can't. Drives all the way along the baseline, feeds a pass through traffic to Tanner Myers, who guides Workman behind on the free throw line. Can't get the shot to go. Rebound falls off into the hands of Poulter. He'll drive the ball up the court. Shot missed wildly on the play there by Braden Piper, and Will Sims pulls in the rebound. Quick display of athleticism there by both teams, but none of it turns into points. Cardinals, though, still within 8 points. They'll fire a pass and turn the ball over underneath the basket as Workman trying to feed it to Sims, and Snake River comes away with the turnover. Right side to the basketball, driving into the lane, firing one up at the hoop, getting the bump, and the foul is Clancy Thomas. And it looks like they're going to call an offensive foul on Thomas. I did not see that coming. I didn't really think that he was out of control on that one. Instead, it will be a second foul and gives the Cardinals another chance to bring the basketball forward. On the near sideline, Workman checks out of the game, back into the game, Riley Harris, as Workman got a quick talking to from Coach Bergholm, and Josh Balls brings the ball forward. He'll look over to his left, finds Olsen, top of the key. Kyle gives it in over to Brown, or excuse me, that's Tanner Myers. He rises for a quick jump shot from the free throw line, can't get it to go. Poulter pulls in his third rebound of the game, goes coast to coast and lays it in. Tiptoeing his way through traffic, he gets that shot to go. Back up to a 10-point advantage for Snake River, 20-10. 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Ball's going to be lost by Olsen. Not sure what he was trying to do as he gives the Cardinals their 10th turnover of the game and 3:24 to go. And again, Snake River brings it forward to the right side. Rising, quick jump shot, no good outside of the basket by Thomas. Rebound fought for on the ground and picked up by Tanner Myers eventually. And the Cardinals will push it back up the court. Balls gives off to Myers. Stands over on the left side wing and fires a pass over to Will Sims, who's going to jog this one back down, and it's going to be another turnover on the Cardinals. If you want to know why they're trailing right now, 11 turnovers on Soda compared to 5 turnovers for Snake River by my count here. That's been the big problem for the Cardinals so far in this game, and if they can't fix that, then this could be a long night for the Redbirds. 3:04 to go. Couple substitutions coming in for Snake River. Back into the game is going to be Bridger Truman, as well as I believe is Kate Jensen. Snake River inbounds the basketball. Poulter fires one, turns it back over to Soda Springs. Is Tanner Myers right place, right time. Comes up the court, goes behind the back, kicks the ball outside to Thompson. He looks inside at the free throw line, now drives to his left. Goes all the way around, catches a quick screen before feeding it to Myers. He'll juke step, drives into the lane, lays one up, blocked away on the play. Coming up with the block underneath is Braden Piper, and the rebound pulled in underneath the basket by Bridger Truman. That's Truman's first, and a whistle's going to be called, and a foul will be called on Soda Springs' Henry Workman, and it's 1-and-1 free throws coming up for Truman, who will step to the line after going 0 for 2 on his first trip, so not necessarily a bad foul by Workman on that one. As Will Kress will check into the game for Tanner Myers, who will take a seat onto the bench. The senior getting a little bit of a breather as Will Kress checks back out into the game for him, and Truman, lines up the free throw, can't get it to go. Rebound tracked down on the far side by Braden Piper. He can't get the shot to go, was affected on the shot by Workman. Ball inside to Kress, he loses his man, shot too strong off the glass. Rebound tipped around again by the Snake River Panthers before Race Dawson pulls it in, and it'll be brought forward again by Poulter. He goes to his right. Kicks the ball into the corner, wide open. Coombs for three, can't find the shot to get to the bottom of the basket though. Rebound's going to be pulled in underneath the ball by Race Dawson though, and he goes up and he's hacked on the way to the basket. So it'll send Race Dawson to the line. And he will look over a pair of free throws here. The senior, 6'2", one of the shorter players on the team for Snake River, but it doesn't matter there as he's able to get that free throw to go. 4 for 8 now on the night are Snake River, trying to make it 5 for 9. As Dawson's second free throw sits on the front of the rim. They're going to call him stepping over the line though, so that free throw will not count. Didn't go in anyways, and the score will sit at 21-10 now. Cardinals with Ridge Thompson taking the point will bring the basketball forward. Comes up across the half-court line, goes to Will Kress. He looks inside. Picks up his dribble, drives to his left, top of the key, looks over to Thompson. Thompson back down low into Workman, stands over in the right side corner just inside the three-point line. Tries to drive to his left, passes one back up top to Will Sims, looks down low, drives to his left now, tries to go baseline, picks up his dribble on the low block, puts up a quick fadeaway, catches on the rim before dropping down into the hands of Snake River, and the rebound goes to Braden Piper. It'll be Snake River bringing the ball forward again, driving in. Poulter kicks one back outside the three-point line, finding Dawson, who drives into the lane, lays it up and in. Great job by Dawson using the charging Soda Springs defense to his advantage, and it builds a 13-point lead now for Snake River and the Panthers. Student section waving their flag on the far sideline as the Cardinals bring it forward. Workman underneath the hoop, alley-oops it up and in with the layup good. That's Will Sims finding his teammate, and Henry Workman has 6 points now in the game. There's your play of the game at this point in time, brought to you by Trail Canyon Lodge Bed and Breakfast in Soda Springs. 23-12, 1 minute and 7 seconds to go. Right side, quick shot, put up and missed, airballed badly. Riley Harris pulls that one in. Braden Piper, the one responsible for the bad shot. And with a minute to go, the Cardinals bring it back up court. Ridge Thompson outside to Sims, back to Thompson, top of the key. Looks down low, now comes back to his left as he cuts into the lane. Picks up his dribble, gives it to Kress. Kress passes one back up top. He's going to get it to Workman, who stands top of the key before finding Sims. Over on the left side elbow, can't get the shot to go, too long. Rebound battled for, and Will Kress is going to jump up, and they're going to call over the back, or a push, I believe, on Will Kress as he was trying to battle with Jaden Poulter for the board. So Kress picks up his second foul. It'll be the team's 9th, so still 1-and-1 free throws coming up. And Poulter, who is 2 for 2 with 4 points tonight, will stretch out and step to the stripe. Right-handed shooter, crouches low, puts this one up, and gets that to go. And he's up to 5 points and perfect from the line tonight. One more attempt coming up. Clock strikes 8 o'clock. Second free throw up and good as well. Under a minute to play, Cardinals trailing by 13 points, 25-12. And will be brought forward by Ridge Thompson to the left side. Guarded over there by Poulter. Tries to drive on Poulter to the left. Gets back down, puts up a fake shot, fires one wildly at the hoop. Rebound is going to come off of the backboard and into the hands of Coombs. And back up court now again comes Snake River. It'll be Poulter right side. Looks back to his coach, dribbles off some time. 16 seconds to go. Clock continues to wind down as Poulter backs up to the half-court stripe. And Ridge Thompson is going to back up, guards him at the three-point line as Poulter walks his way forward, stutter steps, drives to the free throw line, stops, pops, drops. Poulter with a quick basket there. He's got 8 points now in the game. Quick heat by the Cardinals at the buzzer, goes off the back iron, but no good. And we will head to the halftime break. The score sitting at 27-12. Soda Springs struggling here in the first half of play with their turnovers as well as their shooting percentage. We'll take a break here, come back with the Mexico Therapeutic Services halftime report on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
Oh, Santa, it's nice to take a minute and relax in the recliner and love seat we got from Sanders Furniture and Appliance.
Oh, yes it is.
The folks at Sanders Furniture are always so nice to work with.
This year, they are going to help me by offering Christmas Eve delivery service to customers in the Soda Springs area.
That's great, Santa.
Stop in today for the perfect gift and have it delivered Christmas Eve. Sanders Furniture and Appliance, 148 South Main, Soda Springs.
Hey America, we need to have a little talk. We've got a lot of food in this country. We've got so much food that we can't eat it all. So how are 17 million kids in America struggling with hunger? That's why the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks gathers surplus food and gets it to hungry kids who need it. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Whether or not you like winter, winter is upon us. There has never been a better time to convert to natural gas. Make this winter more comfortable and warm with a natural gas Lennox furnace from Reed's Plumbing and Heating in Soda Springs. The temperature outside doesn't matter. Keep your family cozy for years to come. For a new natural gas furnace, service on your existing furnace, or an in-home consultation, visit Reed's Plumbing and Heating today. 180 South 3rd East, next to the overpass. Reed's Plumbing and Heating. Natural gas worth asking for.
This is a test to find out if you know it all when it comes to children. Name one of the leading killers of U.S. children age 1 to 13. What's the best way to protect children in a car crash? At what age and size should a child start using a booster seat?
Don't assume you know it all when it comes to car seats for your child. Go to safercar.gov/the-right-seat and know for sure. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Welcome back into the halftime show, brought to you by Machiko Therapeutic Services right here on KBRV 800 The Bear. We'll be back with the first half highlights right after this.
Many things can cause the holiday blues: stress, fatigue, unrealistic expectations, over-commercialization, financial constraints, and the inability to be with one's family and friends. Remember, the holiday season does not banish reasons for feeling sad or lonely. There is room for these feelings to be present, even if the person chooses not to express them. If you or someone you know needs professional mental health counseling, visit Mexico Therapeutic Services, located at 421 West 2nd South, Suite 3 in Soda Springs. Call 208-547-4550 for an appointment. Most insurances are accepted.
It's halftime here at Snake River High School on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com. Welcome into the halftime show, brought to you by Mexico Therapeutic Services. Here at the half, the score sits right now at 27-12. The Soda Springs Cardinals down by 15 points, and a lot of that has come down to the turnovers that they've been able to commit so far in the game. 11 turnovers on Soda Springs, and the Cardinals, only 6 have been made by Snake River and the Panthers. Cardinals also getting out rebounded the game by almost double, more than double I should say, 15-7 on the boards, and that has resulted in also no free throws for the Soda Springs Cardinals so far in the game to this point as well. So the Cardinals really struggling on a lot of those key statistical areas, and we'll hopefully find them being able to turn that around as things go on. I want to take this moment to also give you a heads up that the Cadet Junior Halftime Dance Camp is coming up. The registration will end tomorrow, so you got to get it in quick if you want to get your kids registered for that dance camp. Registration forms are at the Soda Springs High School in the office, and you can hand money into the office as well. The cost is $25 for registration. Again, it goes until Thursday, December 10th. Late registration will continue after December 10th, but the cost will be $30, and you may not have a shirt available for the cadet juniors that you're registering Practices will be held at the Hooper School Monday, December 14th through Wednesday, December 16th, and performance night is going to be Thursday, December 17th at the high school basketball game. So if you have a kid or a kiddo that is looking to try and get into the dancing, maybe they're enjoying it, get them registered into this event as quickly as you can. You got to get in tomorrow if you want to get them registered, though, and get that $25 registration cost. After that, it's again going to be $10 or $5 more at $30, and you might not get a t-shirt. Any more questions? You can also call Samantha Daniels. She is the dance coach, 221-2351. That's again 221-2351. We'll take another break here on the Mexico Therapeutic Services halftime report and come back on the other side with our numbers from the two teams and what they need to do better in the second half of play on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
How'd I do?
You'll get better. Tim can't wait to be a real driver. But for now, he's king of the online track thanks to Silver Star Communications high-speed internet. Reliable, consistent speeds give him the edge against players anywhere, even the other end of the couch.
Whoa. You'll get better.
Visit silverstar.com to learn more.
Man, do I love card night. You ready, boys? You got a king?
Go, fish dad!
Oh, come on! This is WWE superstar Titus O'Neil. The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Learn more at 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Here are your Lalaton's food specials for the week of December 10th through the 16th. We started all off with beef chuck roasts at $3.99 a pound. You can also get 10-pound boxes of fancy navel oranges at $5.99 each. Don't forget they have Western Family butter with select varieties at $2.79 a pound. Try out their Tropicana juices, 46 to 59-ounce select varieties for $2.99. That's your Lalaton's food specials for the week of December 10th through the 16th in Soda Springs.
Come on, smile. Oh, honey, he's still not smiling.
Maybe he's not a smiler.
Yeah, maybe he's just not a happy baby.
Maybe he's just being a boy.
Or maybe he's teething.
Maybe it's just a phase.
Maybe he has autism, and we can definitely do something to help.
Maybe is all you need to find out more about autism. No big, joyful smiles by 6 months is one early sign. Learn the others at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Welcome back into the Mexico Therapeutic Services halftime shows. The two teams getting set to trade sides. We have about 2.5 minutes until the start of the second half. Quickly, let's go down with some of the numbers. Soda Springs being led on the court right now by Henry Workman. He's got 6 points and 1 rebound in the game as a sophomore for the Cardinals. Only 3 other Cardinals have scored with Tanner Myers, Josh Balls, and Kyle Olson all putting points up onto the board. On the other side for Snake River, they've had 7 different players crack the scoreboard of the 8 that have played so far tonight. 5 points going to Clancy Thomas, but he's been outshined by Jaden Poulter, who had 6 points in the second quarter and was able to put up 8 points overall in the game. 15 rebounds in the game for Snake River. They have 4 different players with 3 boards in the game, so their height definitely playing to their advantage there. One more break coming up. We'll be back after this on the Mexico Therapeutic Services halftime show on KBRV 800 The Bear, as well as online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
Many things can cause the holiday blues: stress, fatigue, unrealistic expectations, over-commercialization, financial constraints, and the inability to be with one's family and friends. Remember, the holiday season does not banish reasons for feeling sad or lonely. There is room for these feelings to be present, even if the person chooses not to express them. If you or someone you know needs professional mental health counseling, visit Mexico Therapeutic Services, located at 421 West 2nd South, Suite 3 in Soda Springs. Call 208-547-4550 for an appointment. Most insurances are accepted.
There's an organization in southeast Idaho whose wildlife conservation efforts have been commended by the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, the Idaho Fish and Wildlife Foundation, and the North American Moose Foundation. Who is this organization? It's Monsanto. While Monsanto is honored by the recognition they receive, their ongoing dedication to the environment is its own reward for all of us. Monsanto. Imagine.
Cattlemen have a code of ethics. Live each day with courage. Take pride in your work. Always finish what you start. Do what has to be done. Be tough but fair. When you make a promise, keep it. Ride for the brand. Talk less and say more. Remember that some things aren't for sale and know where to draw the line. The folks at Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho are proud of the students at Grace High School, investing in the leaders of tomorrow. The Mound Valley Cattle Company, 208-339-0614.
I'm Paul George of the Indiana Pacers. When I was 6, my days were spent playing basketball. When I was 6, my dream was to make it to the NBA. When I was 6, my mom had a stroke. So I want you to learn to spot a stroke fast. F-A-S-T. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911. I'm Paul George. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
Quickly back out here to the start of the second half of play. Snake River, a quick shot up on the opening possession that they have. Rebound is going to go on the offensive side to Jaden Poulter for his 4th board of the game, and a foul is going to be called on Soda Springs as Will Sims picks up his 2nd foul and will send Cade Jensen to the line, who cannot knock home the first free throw. That gets you all caught up onto where we're at in this game. Jensen with one more free throw coming up. The score sitting at 27-12. And Jensen's 2nd free throw, no good, high into the air. Rebound is going to be tracked down by Josh Balls for his 2nd. And the Cardinals will walk it forward with Rich Thompson. See what adjustments they made in the game. They'll follow this one down into the hands of Workman. He'll give it back out to Thompson. Tries to catch a screen from Workman. He doesn't get a good screen set, though. And it's back out to Tanner Myers, who drives to the free throw line, rises, hesitates, puts up a shot, can't get it to go, and out of bounds. No, a push is going to be called on the Cardinals. I thought that Coombs had fallen out of bounds on his own after getting the rebound. Instead, they're going to say he was fouled. And the foul will go on Josh Balls for his 2nd. So 2 early fouls on Soda Springs. And with 40 seconds gone by, it'll be back to Snake River to bring it forward. Still 27-12, a 15-point advantage. Coombs trying to add to that, rattles a shot in, going halfway down, can't get it go. Workman pulls down the board, and up ahead quickly, he lofts the pass forward to Tanner Myers. Right side, Rich Thompson rises, can't get a 3-ball to go. Rebound's going to be pulled in this time down low, and another jump ball is going to be called as Clancy Thomas got the board, and a very, very upset home crowd here, as that is another Erickson Racing and Repair jump ball, and it'll be another chance now for the Cardinals to inbound on the possession arrow. 6:58 to go. Josh gets the ball to Rich Thompson, left side corner, working right to left of the Cardinals. They'll bring it back up top of the key. Thompson holds the ball. He walks to his right, stands near the logo, now jogs all the way across the logo to the far sideline. Stops, gives the ball up top to Myers. He fights one into the paint where it's going to be balls going back outside to Workman. He'll wave the ball around a few times before walking it over to his right. Picks up his dribble, throws one underneath. Josh Balls can't handle it, and it's another turnover for the Cardinals back into the hands of the Panthers. They'll bring it forward. It's going to be Poulter over to the top of the key, drives into the baseline, kicks it outside, wide open. Coombs for 3. He can't hit that again, but he gets his own rebound and then travels with the basketball as he lost his footing, and it turns back over to the Soda Springs Cardinals after a 4th rebound in the half for Snake River. Their 7th turnover, though, will give it back to the Cardinals, and Rich Thompson will come in, and the junior will walk it forward. White socks, black shoes, black jersey with red highlights, and the Cardinals get it up the court, and a whistle is going to be called as they're going to catch a foul on Cade Jensen. I didn't see the foul. It was away from the ball. And either way, it'll be the first team foul on Snake River and gives the Soda Springs Cardinals the basketball back, as they'll be looking to inbound from underneath their own basket. Out of the game is going to check Cade Jensen, and into the game for him goes Braden Piper. Outside, Tanner Myers pulls in the basketball. He's going to give this one to Josh Balls. He gets trapped inside the paint, steps through the double team, fires up a shot, and he's going to be fouled before the shot. They're going to call it on the ground. No, they are going to call it in the act of shooting, and it's another first set of free throws. This time, the first free throws of the game come up for the Cardinals to their senior in Josh Balls. First free throw up and went halfway down, but could not find its way down the hoop, and it drops out of the rim for a miss. One more coming up for the senior. He'll eye the shot, puts it up, good rotation, again in and out. Dropped it halfway down, couldn't get it to go all the way through, and Piper pulls down another board for his 4th. It'll be the Panthers to bring it forward. 6:01 to go. Inside, they'll throw it away. Henry Workman comes up with the ball. Push the pace. Tries to go through to Ridge Thompson. Lays it up and in. Ridge Thompson with his first basket of the game. And the Cardinals get back within 13 points. Full court pressure going to be loosely applied by Soda Springs as Ridge Thompson will jog his way over towards Coombs. Now gets back onto his man as Coombs gives the ball over into the right side corner, taken there by Thomas. He tries to drive in, pump fakes, gets Will Sims away from him, and a foul's going to be called as Will Sims got juked out of his shoes and will pick up his third foul, and it's going to send Thomas to the line where he has 1 for 2 so far tonight. 2 free throws coming up. Snake River already 0 for 2 in the second half, and it'll be 0 for 3 as that one circles the cylinder before dropping its way outside. 5:36 to go. Cardinals within 13 points, 27-14, and Kyle Olson will check into the game as Will Sims gets his chance to rest on the bench. Giving up some height there are the Cardinals as Will Sims will take a seat for the much shorter Kyle Olson. Olson only 5'10", giving up 6 inches as the second free throw is going to be good, dropping its way through and gives it to a 14-point lead now to Snake River. Cardinals needing some offensive production here will bring it forward. Ridge Thompson crosses half court over to his left. Or right, excuse me. He drives over or walks along the baseline on the far side, directs some traffic, now finds some room into the lane, tries to drive through, and a foul's going to be called. A push foul. A hand check, I should say, is going to go against Jaden Poulter. It'll be his second. And a chance for the Cardinals to inbound from the near side. Team's third. Balls. Lobs one deep. Olson goes up to try and get the board. Is going to go out of bounds, though. Last touch by Snake River as Olson went between a pair of Panther defenders. And it will be back to the Cardinals with Josh Balls again to do the inbound after lobbing that one in. He'll take the basketball. Looks deep. Now lobs this one back to Tanner Myers, who takes it in front of the half-court stripe. Back to Ridge Thompson, over on the left side, tries to work, gets it back out to Myers on the wing. Pass one down low. Workman tries to go in on the lane, steps around, puts up a shot, fouled on the way up. And Henry Workman's going to be heading to the stripe for a pair of free throws. Foul goes on Braden Piper. It'll be his second. And Workman will get his first free throw attempts. First free throw up and no good for the sophomore, as 3 times the Cardinals have tempted the free throw makes, but have not quite been able to get that one to go through. Workman, one more chance. Eyes it, fires it, can't get that to go as it goes halfway down. Rebound's going to be grabbed down by Coombs as he struggles to keep it away from the Cardinals defenders, but it'll be Snake River basketball in the end. 5 minutes to go. They give the ball over to the far side. Inside, Dawson loses a handle on it before it's going to be picked back up by Poulter at the top of the key. He bounces it back to Dawson, right side wing, kicks it to the corner. Coombs fakes into his right, now passes one across to skip it across the court where Poulter takes it again, top of the key. Directs some more traffic. Now has, that is Piper come out to fake getting the basketball. Instead, he gives it to Coombs, and Coombs walks with it before taking the dribble, and he's going to turn it back over to Soda Springs for the second turnover of the quarter on Snake River. 4:33 to go. Timeout's going to be taken. Snake River wants to talk things over. We'll take a break here as well on KBRV 800 The Bear, as well as online at mylocalradio.com.
One stop and get everything on your list. Gas, groceries, fresh deli items, lottery tickets, and all your fish and game licenses. Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs is locally owned and open 7 days a week. You can check the daily lunch specials every Monday through Friday on the Patterson Quick Stop Facebook page. When you need it quick, get it at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs, 111 North Hooper. Go Cardinals!
Back here once more on the home of the Soda Springs Cardinals on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com. Let's remind you this game brought to you by Caribou Memorial Hospital, where you'll find a qualified, happy, and fun staff working with doctors who have a real interest in your well-being. They also have a large network of specialists and surgeons working in state-of-the-art surgical facilities and feature on-site rehabilitation services to ensure you have a comfortable and timely recovery. That's Caribou Memorial Hospital, Living Center, and clinics at 300 South, 3rd West in Soda Springs. Cardinals will be breaking out of the timeout after calling a full timeout, and they will be looking to try and do something with the basketball here to get back into this game, trailing by 14 points, 28-14. And the buzzer sounds as the Cardinals inbound the ball, and Ridge Thompson will walk it forward. The junior comes over to his left, arms bare, No shirt underneath the jersey as he looks back inside. He gives it over to Tanner Myers. Skips a pass right side. It's going to be Dylan Downs who gives it back to Rich Thompson over on that right side. Back to Dylan who steps over to his left. Can't get the shot to go. Henry Workman, though, pulls in the basketball on the offensive board. He can't get the bank shot to fall, though. Great idea, though, as he had a wide open shot. And Tyler Coombs pulls down his 6th board of the game. Quick shot up on the other end is going to be no good. Coombs with another board. Loses the basketball, though, and it's going to be pumped outside where it's going to be taken once again by Poulter. Poulter gives it over to the near side. Miller holds it on top of the key. Goes over to the right side. Dawson underneath the Coombs. Gives it off a go to Piper, and he's going to go up with a quick shot. Can't get that to go. Rebound again goes into the hands of Snake River. This time Dawson pulls it in. He's blocked away, and Dylan Downs gets his first board of the game. Up the court comes once again the Cardinals. Olsen tries to drive in, loses his dribble, goes outside to Thompson. Right wing, steps inside, puts up a quick jumper from 18, and rattles it in. Ridge Thompson with 4 points, all 4 points for the Cardinals in this third quarter of play, and it's back to a 12-point game. Cardinals winning the third quarter, 4-1 right now on Snake River. Near side, ball's into the hands of Piper. He gives it to the right side. Miller bounces one down low. Coombs holds on to it underneath, and a foul's going to be called. And that's Dawson underneath, as he is going to be hacked on the play by Dylan Downs, who will pick up his first foul, team's 4th. And it will be Snake River to inbound the basketball with 3:10 to go in the third quarter of play. Workman guards the inbound as it's going to be lobbed in by, that is Piper. Near side Dawson gives it up top to Poulter, and goes over to the top of the key. Poulter drives inside, gets double teamed, loses the ball, out of bounds to the Panthers. They're going to keep the ball in their possession, and one more chance to try and get a basket into the hoop. 2:59 to go. Still no field goals in this third quarter for the Panthers as they'll lob this ball deep. Coombs takes the ball there. Tries to pass one into the middle of the paint. It's going to be blocked away, and a ball will roll out of bounds after the scrum for the basketball. Several bodies diving around. It will remain Snake River ball, though, and they'll get to inbound it from in front of their own bench. See what Robert Coombs draws up for his team here, as to inbound the ball is going to once again be Piper. Gets it into Poulter. Poulter goes over to the left side where it's going to be held onto for a moment by Truman. Picks up his dribble, comes back over to Poulter, drives in the lane, splits the Red Seas, can't get it to go, and loses the ball as it's poked out of his hands and picked up by Workman. Up to the right side, Olsen with the ball, looks across the lane, goes across the court, in fact, to Downs before finding Workman on the wing. Workman goes back to Olsen, calls Thompson near him, and he's going to give it on the right wing. Driving baseline. Thompson, fadeaway. Can't get it to go. Rolls off the back of the rim and rebounded on the play by Truman. That's going to be his second board. And again, Snake River brings the ball forward. 2 minutes and 18 seconds to go. Ball to the near side. Holding it on to the left side of the wing was going to be Dawson. Gives off to Coombs on the other side of the top of the key. Finding up top of the key now once again. Now Truman drives to his right. Kicks this one to Dawson. Bounce pass underneath is going to be blocked away. Keeping it alive and throwing it behind his head is Ridge Thompson. And out of bounds it stays with Snake River. Thompson doing everything he could to try and keep that one in Soda Springs possession, but just could not find a black jersey to get it to. A couple of substitutions will check into the game. Will Sims back into the game, as well as Hiram Brown into the game again, and it'll be again near side Piper to inbound to Poulter. He takes the basketball and the point before giving it to Truman all the way to the far side. Bounce pass into the lane. Dawson finds Poulter outside wing for three. Off on the shot. Rebound's going to be pulled in by Dylan Downs, who uses his body well to block out. And it's going to be a chance for the Cardinals to get it back to 10 points. Thompson over to the left side into the corner. It's going to be intended for Kress. He fires a pass to Brown down low in the low block. And a foul is going to be called as draped all over and was Race Dawson, who picks up his first foul, 15th foul with 1:39 to go. Third quarter, 28-16, Cardinals trailing, but they've only given up 1 point in the third quarter to Snake River in order to climb back within 12. Near side, Dylan Downs takes the basketball, uses one dribble, fights a pass down low into Sims. Sims backs his way up to the junior turns around, throws one off the back iron, and Dawson gets the rebound as he cannot quite cannot quite get the shot to go. Poulter drives into the middle of the lane, goes underneath. Coombs fights up a shot, misses everything. He says he was holed. Cardinals instead will come up with the rebound as Hiram Brown gets his first, far side of the lane. Balls pulls the ball up into Will Sims' hands before getting it back on a handoff and takes it up near half court. 1:04 to go. Clock continues to wind down here as to the left side, Josh Balls picks up his dribble. On the wing, Pass to Dylan Downs at the top of the key. Dylan picks up the basketball, fakes a shot outside. Wilcrest takes it on the wing, drives in, 2 steps to the hoop, overshoots the basket though, and Poulter pulls down another rebound. That's going to be his 5th of the game. Quickly goes up the court to Coombs, who lays it in with the right hand on the left side of the basket. Tyler Coombs with his first field goal of the second half. First field goal of the second half for the Panthers, and a quick 3-ball is going to be missed on the other end by Dylan Downs, but an offensive rebound goes to Will Sims, who lays it up and is fouled. He'll head to the free throw line for a pair of shots. We'll see who they call the foul on here. It goes on Tyler Coombs, his first. Sims with a pair of free throws coming up, yet to score in the game, can try and change that here. The junior crouches low, puts up the shot, and banks it in off the glass. And the Cardinals will get back within 13, 30-17 your score with 32.4 seconds to go in the third quarter. Miller checks back into the game as Coombs will come over, takes a seat on the bench with a slow saunter to in front of his coach, which is also his father. Ball is up and no good on the second shot coming from Sims. Poulter gets another rebound and quickly up ahead again, breaking the press. Clancy Thomas lays it up and in. He's got his 8th point of the ball game, and the Cardinals see the lead up to 15 points now for the Panthers in Snake River. Josh Balls holds the ball over on the left side wing now. Looks inside, finds Sims, who has to come outside of the paint to get it. Now backs his way in, lowers himself into the lane, lays it up and in. And we'll get the Cardinals back within 13 with the basket. And a foul is going to be called on Miller. And the Panthers pick up their 7th foul. Not sure what exactly the foul was. Sean Miller is going to be called for a second. And with 4 seconds to go, the Panthers try and push it in. Poulter all the way through the lane. Nobody stopped him at the buzzer, and he lays it in to give the Panthers a 34-19 lead at the break of the third and fourth quarters. We got a break coming up here ourselves on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
Whether or not you like winter, winter is upon us. There has never been a better time to convert to natural gas. Make this winter more comfortable and warm with a natural gas Lennox furnace from Reed's Plumbing and Heating in Soda Springs. The temperature outside doesn't matter. Keep your family cozy for years to come. For a new natural gas furnace, service on your existing furnace, or an in-home consultation, visit Reed's Plumbing and Heating today. 180 South 3rd East, next to the overpass. Reed's Plumbing and Heating. Natural gas worth asking for.
So, I'm a dog, and I'm kind of new to this family, but I've noticed a trend. My humans do this thing where they go around and get all my toys and hide them in this basket, but it's always the same basket, and it's always the same place, and then they act so surprised when I find them, but I'm like, hello, that's where you put it last time. Humans are the worst at hide and go seek.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
Back here at the home of Snake River and the Panthers, Caleb Burgraff on KBRV 800 The Bear. 34-19, the score sits with the Cardinals trailing by 15 points going to the fourth quarter. They had one of their best defensive quarters of the game, holding the Panthers to only 7 points. The problem for the Cardinals, they can only put up 7 points themselves, including only 1 for 5 from the free throw line in that quarter. That could come back to hurt them in this game. Still time for them to climb back in, though. Brown gets the pass as the Cardinals open up the fourth quarter with the basketball, and he's going to almost turn it over, but it's going to be poked away by Snake River, and it will remain Soda Springs basketball. If there is a real bright spot for the Cardinals in that last quarter, they only turned the ball over once. So that's a big benefit to them if they can do something here. As Josh Balls inbounds the basketball off the back of Snake River and Cade Jensen, and has a chance at free throws as he's fouled on a wide open layup. Can't get the layup to go, but he is going to take a trip to the line where he so far is 0 for 2, but he almost got both of them to go as they both went halfway down. First free throw again. Rattles in and out. No good at the line. And the poor shooting at the home of the Panthers continues for the Cardinals, as this has always seemed to be a problem that they've struggled with. One more chance here. Josh Balls puts this up. No good on the shot, and they're going to call a foul underneath in the low block. And that's going to go on Hiram Brown, as it was another missed free throw coming from Josh Balls, and Hiram Brown picks up his first foul. Ball will be brought forward. It's going to be a quick pass up ahead by Truman. Poulter into the middle of the lane, tries to pass the cross lane, but he's fouled beforehand, and that's going to send the ball to the free throw line, where it's 1-and-1 free throws coming up now, and Hiram Brown picks up his second foul. Jaden Poulter is so far 4 for 4 at the stripe and 1-and-1 free throws here, trying to keep his perfect night alive, and he does that, and also gets himself to 11 points to lead all scorers in the game so far. One more free throw coming up for the senior point guard. 5'10", crouches low, puts up a shot, rolls that one along the rim, no good. Will Kress scoots over to get the board, and it's over to the right side where Balls will pick up the basketball and feed it to Kress, top of the key. Left side, Dylan Downs with the ball, gives to Workman, looks inside, now steps back at the elbow, puts up a quick jumper, rattles it in and out, no good. Ball is going to go into the hands of Truman, and up court once again to the near side. Miller holds the ball for Snake River, and the Purple Panthers will work it to the left side. Bounce pass down low, almost picked off. Now it is picked off. A good turnover by the Cardinals, and a foul is going to be called, as we'll see who they catch it on. I believe it's going to go on Clancy Thomas for his fourth, as he was holding down Workman, and it will send Henry to the line. Henry on the night, 0 for 2 at the stripe, and he'll have 1-and-1 free throws coming here. See if he can knock home the first one. The Cardinals only 1 for 8 so far at the stripe tonight, as they have continued to have their struggles, missing 7-point opportunities there and trailing by 16. Make it 1 for 9 now, as the free throw attempt is missed. Rebound goes right into the hands of Poulter, and he'll walk the basketball forward to the near side. Passes it over into the near side wing, taken there by Jensen. Down low to Miller. He tries to fight his way around and is fouled on the floor, so it'll just be 1-and-1 free throws coming up for Miller. But he will step to the stripe after being hacked on the play by Dylan Downs, who did not want to give him an easy lane to the basket, and was wrapping up for the basketball. 6:59 to go, fourth quarter of play, 7 minutes remaining essentially in this game. Cardinals down by 16, 35-19, and it'll remain that way as Henry Workman skies for the board and pulls that one in. Workman gets his fourth rebound of the game, and the Cardinals will push it back up the court and then turn it over. Tanner Myers had it tripped out of his hands. Up the court is Truman. He goes straight at Henry Workman, who goes up into the air, picks up his second foul, and that is going to send Bridger Truman to the line, where he is 0 for 3. And again, with his poor free throw shooting tonight, that's not the worst foul in the world, as he has not shown comfort at the free throw line from 15 feet away from the basket. First one here is no good as well, and he moves to 0 for 4 on the evening. 6:48 to go. 11 seconds have transpired since the last time we talked about the clock, and the second free throw misses everything, and Truman's shooting troubles continue at the line, as he cannot come close to making a basket. 6:48 to go, and the Cardinals will bring the ball forward once again. Josh Balls takes the point and crosses the timeline with 6:42 to go. Over to the left side, the senior bounces a pass into the paint. It's going to be taken there by Workman. Give and go to Balls. He gives it outside. Dylan Downs wide open. Cans home the three. A foul is going to be called on Henry Workman after the shot goes down, and they are going to count the basket. I wasn't sure for a second there, as they did not put the three onto the board quickly. So Dylan Downs gets the three-point basket. The foul after the shot went up. Workman picks up his third, and up to the free throw line is going to be Poulter, who is 5 for 6 at the stripe, and will have a pair coming up here as it's double bonus time the rest of the way for the Panthers of Snake River. Workman checks out of the game. Coming into the game for him is Ridge Thompson. Thompson playing with only 2 fouls, so no foul trouble there. In fact, the only one with 3 fouls are Will Sims and Henry Workman. Will Sims still remaining in the game. First free throw up and good, as Poulter gets up to 12 points now in the game. He's also got 7 rebounds to go with those 12 points. Second free throw up, rattles around, no good. Rebounds picked up though on the offensive end by the Panthers and Cade Jensen, and put back into the corner. It's going to be Dawson. Up top to Poulter. He stands on the left side wing, backs the ball out, goes back over to Dawson, who has it ripped out of his hands, and it's going to be Tanner Myers who pulls it away. Had a breakaway layup on the way, but a foul is going to be called first, and he'll head to the stripe himself. Foul goes on Race Dawson. It'll be his second foul. 10th team foul, so Tanner Myers with a pair of free throws coming up and hoping to do better than the Cardinals have done so far in the game at the line, where they've only made 1 for 9. Make it 1 for 10 as this free throw misses as well. And you talk about the struggles that I was talking about for Bridger Truman. Those continue over to the Soda Springs Cardinals, where they have been ice cold. Second free throw up and no good as well. And this one's rebounded by Jensen to bring it forward for Snake River once again. Over to the far side, Poulter, top of the key. Picks this ball up, gives it off to Jensen. Bounce pass is going to be kicked away, stays in the hands of Snake River before giving it to Miller on the wing. Miller tries to drive, loses the ball, pips it up and moves it back around where it's going to be Truman laying it up and in on a pass to Poulter, who had a wide open cut to the hoop. Great move by Poulter, moving without the basketball, and it's back up to a 16-point lead, 38-22. Near the biggest lead that the Panthers have had in the game with 5 minutes and 46 to go. Ridge Thompson with the ball, kicks it to Will Sims. He tries to drive right side of the paint, lays it up with the left hand, can't get it to go, but he's fouled on the way to the basket, and I believe they're going to call Cade Jensen with the foul, and that will be his 4th foul of the game, as Will Sims steps to the line now for a pair of free throws, where he's 1 for 2, and that is a amazing free throw shooting percentage for the Cardinals, as no one else has made one despite 11 attempts. Will Sims crouches, fires, and can't get the roll there on that free throw, and it's 1 for 12 now from the free throw line. The Cardinals, if they had made all of their free throws, would be sitting there down by 5 instead of by the 16 that they're trailing by. One more for Sims at the stripe. It's a little bit more emphasis onto his dribbles, as this one up and good. So Sims 2 for 4, cuts it back to a 15-point game at 23-38 with 5:36 to go. And the ball brought forward now by Poulter. He comes across the timeline, kicks it to the left side. Taken there, and it's passed in by Jensen to Miller. He loses the basketball. It's picked up by Soda Springs, and they'll bring it forward once again. Into the lane, Thompson, bounce pass to Sims. He can't handle it, and it's a turnover right back into the hands of Snake River. Up the court, Poulter pushes off, gets away with it before dribbling it back beyond the three-point line, steps inside, puts up a quick pass into the hands of Jensen, who lays it up and in under the basket. Great eyesight by Poulter, who has really impressed me so far tonight. 40-23, the lead goes up for Snake River as Tanner Myers puts up a quick shot, no good on the shot, and back up court after the rebound for Cade Jensen will come Snake River, but a steal goes into the hands of Myers. He passed underneath the basket. Sims takes the ball, pump fakes, lays one up, can't get that to go. Offensive rebound though for Olsen on the backside, banks it in, and the Cardinals back up into this game as they trail by 15, 40-25. Ball brought forward once again now by Snake River as they slowly walk it up. Miller takes on the right side wing, drives into lane, kicks one outside where Jensen holds it for a moment, guarded by Sims. Gives it up to the top of the key. He drives in. That drive is going to be done by Coombs as he's fouled on his way to the hoop. Tanner Myers responsible for the foul. Double bonus time, so it's going to send Coombs to the line where he has yet to attempt a free throw to go with his 5 points. First free throw by Coombs with tape on his right wrist is up and good. So he's got 6 points now tonight, 7 rebounds as well, with 4:26 to go. And one more attempt coming up for the senior, who is also the coach's son. Fires up the second one, in and out, no good. Rebound's going to be skied for by Workman. He pulls in his 5th board of the game, and the Cardinals will run it back up the other way. Ridge Thompson rises for a 3. Rebound's going to be out of bounds as that one went halfway down, and again, the Cardinals cannot get a shot to finish its way down into the hoop, and they will be inbounding, luckily, underneath their own basket. It'll be Tanner Myers to start the offense for Soda Springs. Looks deep. Now holds the ball for a moment before finding Ridge Thompson again. He tries to drive inside. Floats one at the basket. Fouled on the way to the hoop. He'll head to the line for a pair after going flat on his back in the middle of the paint. Foul goes on to Race Dawson. And as I said, Ridge Thompson will get a trip to the line where he's got 4 points so far tonight, but has yet to take a free throw. Can he help the Cardinals out with their poor free throw shooting woes? And no, he can't, as he misses his front end of his 2 free throws, and they'll have one more coming up. 2 for 14 now. Our Soda Springs and the Cardinals make it 3 for 15, as that one does find the bottom of the hoop, and it's a 5-point game for Thompson. 41-26, 4:11 to go. Ball's going to be jogged forward by Poulter. Goes over to the top of the key, passes this one into the hands now of Dawson, crosses over on downs, lays one up, can't get it to go, too strong off the iron. Back into the hands of Workman. He'll push it himself, goes into the lane, drives through a Snake River Panther on his way to the basket, and an offensive foul is going to be called, and Workman picks up his 4th. And excuse me, they call that his 5th. I must have missed one. So Workman has fouled out of the game, and it gives the ball back over to Snake River on another turnover as Coach Bergholm talking things over with him on the bench as he waits to get a new substitution in for the Cardinals. And they're going to send Josh Balls back into the game as Workman will take a seat. Finishes the night 6 points and 6 rebounds. Cougars will look to bring the basketball forward now as it's going to be Poulter again to take the point. 3:52 to go. Ball pass to the right side wing. Up to the top of the key. Taking it there is going to be Coombs. Looks to drive. Loses his dribble. Now goes over to his left. Back over to his right again. It's going to be taken and driving in on the baseline. Before standing on the baseline is Jensen to turn it back to Soda Springs again. That's the 14th turnover of the game for Snake River. There's 15 turnovers for Soda Springs, who have really calmed down the turnover problems they had in the first half of play. It's shown here as they haven't cut into the lead, but they have definitely been able to hold pace, trailing by 15 at the half and still by 15 now. 41-26. Ridge Thompson looks to change that. Eyes a shot, can't get it to go. Rebound tipped up into the air by Olsen, fouled on his putback, and it's going to be a foul called on Braden Piper. And to the free throw line goes Olsen for a pair of free throws where he has yet to attempt a free throw at the line. Game slowing down a little bit here in this 4th quarter of play. A 15-point lead for Snake River as the first free throw again in and out for the Cardinals. Dry ice is hotter than the Cardinals at the line. 41-26. 3 minutes and 23 seconds to go. And another chance for Olsen, the right-handed shooter. 3 for 16 are Soda Springs and the Cardinals. Takes a couple of dribbles extra, puts this one up, gets that to go, and the Cardinals are shooting 1 for 2 on their last 3 attempts at the line. 41-27, Cardinals within 14. Poulter brings it forward again. Crew cut, haircut, goes to his left, now back to his right. Passes this one off, taken there by, that is Piper. Gives off now to the hands of, a couple of different players handing off the ball. It's going to be Piper who goes up for a putback. Can't get it to go after getting the offensive rebound. And another chance for the Cardinals as they'll bring it forward after the rebound tipped out of bounds. Thompson gives it to the left side. Olsen holds onto it for a moment before giving it back to Ridge. Far side, Dylan Downs rises. Quick 3-ball up. Good. Can it for Dylan Downs. On the far side, he's got 6 points all in this 4th quarter of play as his 3-point shooting starting to close the gap. It's an 11-point game, 41-30. 2.5 minutes to go. Ball brought forward again into the hands of Poulter. Backs it up to the top of the key. Comes over to the near side, taken there by Truman. Looks inside. Now uses a dribble to go top of the key himself before feeding the ball over to Thomas. Thomas gives it to Jensen. Top of the key. Now it's going to be Poulter again. Stands over to the wing. Gives it inside again to Jensen. Lays it up and in. Great feed from Poulter. Set Jensen up for an easy layup for his 5th point of the game. And the Cardinals see the lead go back up to 13. Far side, Downs tries to pass this ball to somebody. It's going to be picked up by the Cardinals. Over and back is going to be called, and the Cardinals turn it back over again for their 16th turnover of the game now. 43-30, 2:09 to go, and Snake River will get another chance to inbound the ball from the far sideline. To do the inbound is going to be Piper. He gives it to Poulter, and the two will bring it forward. Over to the far side, Jensen looks to find his own man. Now almost throws it away, and does throw it away, but it's going to be kept alive by an amazing play by Piper. He gets it to Jensen on a heave across the court to keep the backcourt violation from happening, and the Panthers will have another chance to try and run some more clock off. Minute and 45 seconds to go. Poulter with the ball, rises from 16, can't get it to go. Rebound kicks all the way out of bounds into the band on the far sideline, and with a minute 39 to go, the Cardinals have another chance to try and put some points on the board and cut into this lead. It'll be Thompson to bring this one forward. Comes up across half court, straight up across logo, now drifts over to his right before feeding the ball to Josh Balls. He looks inside, goes to the right. Olsen holds it on the wing. Cardinals taking their time right now, not necessarily trying to rush a shot, and Tyner Myers drives to the hoop, bumped on his way. The foul is going to be called on Bridger Truman for his first, and Tanner Myers will step to the line where he is 0 for 2 so far tonight. First one coming up for Myers. Crouches, fires, and cannot get that one to go. So another miss. He's 0 for 3 tonight at the stripe with one more chance to try and change that. Myers, the senior. Crouches, fires. This one's good. He's 1 for 4 now. And the 1 for 2 shooting at the line continues with make that 3 straight times that the Cardinals have gone 1 for 2 at the stripe. Timeout taken by Soda Springs. It'll be a 30. We'll be back after this on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
Oh, Santa, it's nice to take a minute and relax in the recliner and love seat we got from Sanders Furniture and Appliance.
Oh, yes it is.
The folks at Sanders Furniture are always so nice to work with.
This year, they are going to help me by offering Christmas Eve delivery service to customers in the Soda Springs area.
That's great, Santa.
Stop in today for the perfect gift and have it delivered Christmas Eve. Sanders Furniture and Appliance, 148 South Main, Soda Springs.
Welcome back out to the home of Snake River and the Panthers, where they lead by 12, 43-31 on top of Soda Springs and the Cardinals. Full court pressure being applied by the Cardinals as the Panthers push the pace up the court. Thomas goes all the way to the hoop, coast to coast, beat the press by himself and lays it up and in. Clancy Thomas gets himself to 10 points on the night. Back the other way, the Cardinals need some points here quick if they want to close this gap to single digits. Tanner Myers tries to drive into the lane himself, fouled on the way to the hoop. He'll step to the line once again for a pair of free throws. This foul is going to go on Braden Piper, his 4th foul. And we'll send Myers to the line where he is so far 1 for 4. Cardinals as a team 5 for a lot and make it 5 for a lot more. One more added to that one, and Myers will have another free throw coming up. We'll tally up all the misses the Cardinals have in this game and the post-game show, and we'll give you the update on where they're at with those numbers. But right now, Myers does limit that a little bit more as he makes the next one 1 for 2 on that trip. That's 6 straight trips to the line. The Cardinals have gone 1 for 2. Minute and 2 seconds to go. 5-second call on the baseline. The full court press working out for the Cardinals. It's a 13-point game, and the Cardinals have the basketball coming back their way. 1 minute and 2 seconds to go on the left side of the court. Josh Balls will open up with the inbounds. Slaps the ball with the left hand. Passes into Ridge Thompson. Now goes up top. There's going to be Myers finding Balls. Comes open from 8 feet out. Drops it home. Josh Balls with his 4th point of the game, and the Cardinals back within 11, 45-34. Up the court now once again is going to come Truman, who comes back to the top of the key. Under a minute to play, 45 seconds to go. Far side, Poulter comes back around himself to the top of the key, drives in, gives it outside to Truman. He'll go inside the lane. Thomas open for a moment, blocked on his first shot, gets it back and goes up for the offensive board. Can't get that one to go, but he is going to head to the line for a pair of free throws, as the foul is going to be called on Will Kress for his 3rd foul. So the senior Will Kress ends up getting whistled for a 3rd foul of the game, and the first free throw up and good from Thomas at the line. Thomas now is 3 for 5 with a chance to make it 4 for 6, and he can't do that. Rebound battled down and pulled in by Tanner Myers. That's his 3rd board of the game, 1st of this half. And once more, it's going to be a ball brought forward by the Cardinals. Up to the top of the key, Ridge Thompson open, wide open for 3. Can't hit it though. Ball's pulled in by the Panthers once again. And the full court press from the Cardinals tries to hinder them. And now they back it off with under 20 seconds to go. It'll be Poulter to bring it forward. And we'll see if the Panthers try and just run out the clock here with 10 seconds to go. That's exactly what they're going to do as Poulter backs this one up. That's going to wrap this one up as the student section starts chanting, "I believe that we will win." Quick high five between Thompson and Poulter as that does it for our broadcast here in the regular action of this game. 46-34, the final score. Snake River comes away with a win, dropping the Cardinals with their first loss of the season. Back here after this on KBRV 800 The Bear with your postgame show online at mylocalradio.com.
There's an organization in southeast Idaho whose wildlife conservation efforts have been commended by the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, the Idaho Fish and Wildlife Foundation, and the North American Moose Foundation. Who is this organization? It's Monsanto. While Monsanto is honored by the recognition they receive, their ongoing dedication to the environment is its own reward for all of us. Monsanto. Imagine.
Hey, America. We need to have a little talk. We've got a lot of food in this country. We've got so much food that we can't eat it all. So how are 17 million kids in America struggling with hunger? That's why the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks gathers surplus food and gets it to hungry kids who need it. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Here are your Lalaton's food specials for the week of December 10th through the 16th. We started all off with beef chuck roasts at $3.99 a pound. You can also get 10-pound boxes of fancy navel oranges at $5.99 each. Don't forget they have Western Family butter with select varieties at $2.79 a pound. Try out their Tropicana juices, 46 to 59-ounce select varieties for $2.99. That's your Lalaton's food specials for the week of December 10th through the 16th in Soda Springs.
This is a test to find out if you know it all when it comes to children. Name one of the leading killers of U.S. children age 1 to 13. What's the best way to protect children in a car crash? At what age and size should a child start using a booster seat?
Don't assume you know it all when it comes to car seats for your child. Go to safercar.gov/the-right-seat and know for sure. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Time now for our post-game report. Caleb Burgraff here on KBRV 800 The Bear. We'll get to our sponsorships in a moment with the Trail Canyon Lodge play of the game coming up as we welcome now Brent Erickson into the post-game show with us here for a moment. And Coach, a little bit of a rough start for you guys, but I think as a coaching staff you had to be happy with the way your kids came out in the second half and were able to cut the gap down by at least 3 points against a very tough Snake River team.
Oh, that's a very good Snake River team. Coach Bergholm addressed the team in halftime about stepping up their game, and not quitting in this game and being more physical. Was it a physical game? It was just a well-played basketball game. And like I said, that's a good Snake River team. And I tell you, if we'd have hit any kind of free throw percentage in the second half, I had us for 14 misses, but we're right in this game, and you're never happy with a loss, but I think that Coach Bergholm is pleased with the way they played the second half.
When you talk about those free throws, 6 for 21, the official, so 15 misses. You were really close on your numbers there, but there were a lot to count for there. At one point in time, you were looking there just on the top of from the top here, trying to figure out why they weren't going down, because there were a couple times that it looked like they went halfway down. There were a couple other shots. How do you keep the kids positive in a situation like that when the shots are there, they're just not dropping in a game like this? And there were a couple three-pointers that happened with as well.
Well, Coach was very positive to them through the whole second half of how they were playing. He was always clapping, and telling them the good things they were doing out there. And that's just the way it falls. This is a tough gym to win in, and, this is a very, very good 3A opponent. I know Coach Bergholm was talking to Coach Coombs before this game started, and no 2A team will schedule this team. And, we continue to schedule them because we feel like it just makes us better. And I think the kids learned something from tonight. So it's going to be very interesting to see how they come out on Friday night at South Fremont and play.
I think the really bright spot for this game is, again, going back into the second half. You guys are down 15 going into the break. Really a poor offensive half. I don't think there's any other way to say it than just a very poor offensive half. Then you come out, defense gets you started in that third quarter. You hold them to 7 points in that quarter. And then, even though their offense started heating up again, you win the fourth quarter in a tough gym to win in, as you've been talking about. How big is that momentum now that you have a day to practice and then go and take on a pair of teams that you've already beaten so far this year?
Well, I'm sure Coach Bergholm is addressing that right now in the locker room. But it's good for the kids to have to play a game like this because, like I said, this team isn't, by no means do they think they were 2-0 and going to win, the state championship, but it puts things a little bit in perspective. If we keep working hard, you can see this team's potential.
Absolutely.
I can't say for sure, but I'm pretty confident we won't face another team as good as this Snake River team.
And you definitely won't face a team that has the type of maturity that this team has. Even looking at their lineup, 6 seniors, only 4 of their starters are seniors as well, as they had Clancy Thomas out there, a 6'5" sophomore who was playing very good minutes as well. And again, just the continual preparation that you guys had there. One question I have for you, and this one's going to be the one that we're going to wrap it up on. You guys have a day now to prepare to go into South Fremont's going to be the first game that you guys have. Your turnovers are still a big problem in the game. That was really one of the biggest things I saw in that first quarter and that first half was the 11 turnovers you guys had in that first half. How do you get the kids to calm down when they're playing against a tough defense like they're going to see again in South Fremont, which also forced a lot of turnovers?
Well, again, it goes to fundamental basketball. We got to make better passes, and whether it's a bounce pass or two-handed chest pass. And another thing, we get into a little bit of a hurry of getting the ball out of our hand instead of, just being strong with it and posting up with the ball in your hand and making a good pass instead of just like it's a hot potato and trying to get it out of your hand. I think a lot of our turnovers are caused by that. The kids are just in such a hurry to get it out of their hands, and we need to just calm down a little bit and be strong with the ball. And I think it'll clean up.
And that's something I think will come. And I'll let you key in on this one too. Our Trail Canyon Lodge Bed and Breakfast play of the game. I got to go back to the first half, and I think this one was a play that kind of gave a little bit of momentum to you guys. It's the alley-oop layup to Henry Workman that you guys were able to get there with Will Sims hooking up, the two big guys working up there. I don't think there's another play in the game that stood out more than that one and what turned momentum around.
That was a great pass by Will, and that's something that we want to get better at, with the two bigs out there, even getting, when Riley Harris gets out there, but working together, and then we'll be really tough to defend.
Coach, as always, thank you so much for taking the time to talk. We'll take another break and come back after this on KBRV 800 The Bear with more of your post-game wrap-up on your home for Soda Springs basketball.
Cattlemen have a code of ethics. Live each day with courage. Take pride in your work. Always finish what you start. Do what has to be done. Be tough but fair. When you make a promise, keep it. Ride for the brand. Talk less and say more. Remember that some things aren't for sale, and know where to draw the line. The folks at Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho are proud of the students at Grace High School, investing in the leaders of tomorrow. The Mound Valley Cattle Company, 208-339-0614.
Man, do I love card night. You ready, boys? You got a king?
Go, Fish Dad!
Oh, come on! This is WWE superstar Titus O'Neil. The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Learn more at 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
MyLocalRadio.com is Southwest Wyoming and Northeast Utah's top website and the best source for local area news, weather, sports, and community events. And that's not all. MyLocalRadio.com features thousands of photographs of Wyoming and Utah high school events, from speech and drama competitions to local events, sports and activities, and much more. Check it out today and see what MyLocalRadio.com has for you.
Welcome back out here to the home of Snake River and the Panthers once again on your post-game show. We just talked about our Trail Canyon Lodge Bed and Breakfast play of the game. Again, that was the alley-oop pass to the layup coming from Will Sims outside the three-point line to Henry Workman. If they can work on that a little bit more, that could turn from a layup into a dunk as the season continues, and that's a beautiful eye for the court as well. So hopefully we can see the Cardinals continue to improve. And we talked with Brent Erickson just now, and I think that if you can watch the Cardinals build up and improve on what they did in the second half, this could be a very different game when the Panthers come to Soda Springs High School next time around in just a couple of weeks. Take a look at the numbers here. Final numbers for the Cardinals. Nobody scored into double figures, although they did end up with 7 players scoring in the books. Henry Workman with 6 points, but none in the second half. 6 points for Dylan Downs as well. Those are your 2 leading scorers. Tanner Myers with 4. Josh Balls with 4. 5 points for Rich Thompson. Kyle Olson with 5 as well. And Will Sims finished with 4 points on the night, all in the second half for Will Sims. 17 total rebounds in the game. Cardinals were out-rebounded by 19 boards tonight against Snake River, who had 36 in the game. For Snake River, they had 2 players hit double figures while everybody on their team scored. 14 points for Jaden Poulter, as he really was the leader on this team, both slowing the pace down, controlling the pace, showed his senior leadership in that ball game with the victory there. 14 points for him with 7 rebounds, led in both categories for the team. 11 points for Clancy Thomas, a little bit of a shock there for me, as he did not seem to be a player who really was going to be a shocker on this one, but the sophomore really showed a lot of experience in his backdoor cuts, ends up with 11 points and 5 boards. 6 points and 7 boards for Tyler Coombs, and another 2 points and 6 rebounds for Braden Piper. Snake River goes 11 for 26 from the free throw line, and again win this game 46-34. Time now for our sports update, as we had a chance to sit down and chat with Wrestling's Taylor Adams and find out where exactly the Soda Springs Wrestling team is heading to this week as they get set for Marsh Valley.
Caleb Burgraff joined here with Taylor Adams from the Soda Springs Wrestling team. And Taylor, the season right now, really just getting to the underway point of it. You guys had your first meets this last week. How did you think the team did in the first meets?
In our first meet in Grace, we did pretty good. We went 3-0 with the duels, and then once we went to Madison, we needed to work on a little conditioning a little bit here and there, but after that, we started doing good.
When you look at some of the places that this team impressed you in those first matches, you've been wrestling for a while. This is a really young team. Did you see any of the younger wrestlers really stepping up, and were there any that impressed you a lot?
Christian Lichty. He was doing really good. It's his first year wrestling, and he pinned his first kid. That kind of surprised me because, first-timers usually aren't that experienced compared to all the other people, and all of them really impressed me. I liked them.
When you look at the team this year, we talked about the youth, but there's also a bigger team this year. How much does that help you guys in preparing for tournaments when you have this much size and this much variety that you can go against in the wrestling room?
We have better teams that come against us, and all we have to do is, even if we're number 1, we always have to train like we're number 2, so we can get better every day.
Caleb Burgraff here with Taylor Adams from the Soda Springs Wrestling team. And when you look at yourself, you're the 152-pound wrestler for the team right now. You're 6-3. What are some of the things that you were happy with yourself about in these first couple of matches that you felt like you were on top of your game on already?
What I was happy about because I did my moves correctly. I made some mistakes when I won. I pinned. And when I got pinned, I went back and I looked at the viewing of my match that I was looking at, and I seen some mistakes, and in practice I just work on them.
What are some of those mistakes? Where's the weakest part of your game right now that you're really trying to work on and improve on?
My weakest part of my game is when I'm on bottom. I'm just staying there. I don't try getting out right at the start. I need to work on that.
I know Coach Garbet's really working you guys a lot on the fundamentals and going back for some of the younger kids and really getting them up to speed. Does that help you as an experienced wrestler too, to be able to go back and touch up on some of those things that maybe you haven't worked on as much in a while?
It helps me a lot because I have like a year that I'm away from wrestling, and I kind of forget the moves, so I need to learn the basics and start back up, going up to the top.
This week you guys are heading over to Marsh Valley. It's your first elimination style tournament where it's actually a bracket that you're going to have to wrestle through. It's a different feel than it is from the dual tournaments. What changes in the mentality of a wrestler when they have to go into a tournament like this?
When you go in a tournament, it's not just about you, it's about your team. You gotta think positive. You can't think negative because if you think like, oh, I suck, I'm gonna lose, then you're gonna suck and you're gonna lose. But when you think positive and you say, oh, I'm gonna win, I can do this, you'll end up trying and you'll do it. You'll work out good.
Final question for you, and that's when you look at the goals for yourself this season. Obviously, a state championship is everybody's goal towards the end of it, and make an appearance on that podium. If you take that out of the equation, are there any other goals that you're really looking forward to yourself that you really want to be able to achieve this year?
Yeah, I'm trying to. One of my goals that I'm really looking forward to is I'm trying to get down to 145 because I really think I can do it. That and just never giving up.
Taylor, thank you so much for taking the time to talk, and congratulations on the good start to your season already, and hopefully you guys can continue it, and hopefully the team has some more success as we talk.
Thank you.
That's Wrestling's Taylor Adams from the Soda Springs Wrestling team. They're going to be again in Marsh Valley this week for a elimination-style double elimination tournament with a champion coming away in each weight class. Hopefully the Cardinals will be able to do well in that. That's going to be Friday and Saturday. We'll take a break and come up with the rest of the schedule coming up for this week from our broadcast schedule, as well as other things going on around the area on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
Whether or not you like winter, winter is upon us. There has never been a better time to convert to natural gas. Make this winter more comfortable and warm with a natural gas Lennox furnace from Reed's Plumbing and Heating in Soda Springs. The temperature outside doesn't matter. Keep your family cozy for years to come. For a new natural gas furnace, service on your existing furnace, or an in-home consultation, visit Reed's Plumbing and Heating today. 180 South 3rd East, next to the overpass. Reed's Plumbing and Heating. Natural gas worth asking for.
So when you get to the corner of Smith and Orchard, you're going to want to take a left.
You are not going to
Then what you're
going
to do is turn onto Marcy
and Brad
Avenue.
just broke up,
and go past the first
apparently
3
she's
lights
happy
and then
about
take
it.
the next left.
I don't really
then drive
think
5
she's
more
happy,
blocks
but
and you should be
who
there.
am I to judge, right?
Park on the
Anyway,
right.
That's
I'll
what
see
I
you
heard
later
last
tonight.
night.
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
One stop and get everything on your list. Gas, groceries, fresh deli items, lottery tickets, and all your fish and game licenses. Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs is locally owned and open 7 days a week. You can check the daily lunch specials every Monday through Friday on the Patterson Quick Stop Facebook page. When you need it quick, get it at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs, 111 North Hooper. Go Cardinals!
Back here once again, final time at the home of Snake River and the Panthers as they come away with a victory over Soda Springs and the Cardinals, 46-34 on your scoreboard here tonight. And our upcoming broadcast schedule looks like this, as tomorrow we are going to be in Ryrie as the North Gem boys basketball team will be taking on Ryrie. It'll be a 6:40 opening tip, or 6:40 pregame show, I should say, with a 7 o'clock opening tip between the boys of North Gem and Ryrie and the Bulldogs. So hopefully you'll tune in for that one. And then December 11th and 12th, we'll be traveling with the Soda Springs boys basketball team up to South Fremont and Sugar Salem as they will have a 7:10 pregame and 7:30 opening tip both nights against South Fremont on Friday night and against Sugar Salem on Saturday night. So hopefully you will join us for all of that coming up on KBRV 800 The Bear. And of course, remember, we have the live video streaming online at mylocalradio.com. And one more time, I want to remind you about the Cardet Junior Halftime Dance Camp. Registration forms are again at the Soda Springs High School in the office, and you can hand money into the office. Cost is $25 for registration for tomorrow, and then after that, late registration does continue with a $30 cost, and you may not get a t-shirt. Practices will be held at Hooper School Monday, December 14th through Wednesday, December 16th, and performance night is Thursday, December 17th at the high school basketball game. For any questions, call Samantha Daniels, the dance coach, at 221-2351. So if you have any kiddos that might be interested in that, be sure to give her a call or swing by the high school and get them registered. The following has been a product of the Soda Springs Cardinals postgame show. The proceeding has been a sports production and sports broadcast of Old West Media Incorporated and Cook Brothers Broadcasting. No portion of this production can be used or rebroadcast without express written consent of Old West Media Incorporated. The tonight's executive producer is Val Cook. I'd also like to thank our sales team as well as our office manager Kim Miller and general manager Warren Cook. Thanks to all of our sponsors and to you for tuning in. Once again, the final score tonight is 46-34. The Cardinals lose by 12 to Snake River and the Panthers. For tonight's videographer, I'm Caleb Bergraff saying until next time, let's go Cardinals.
We hope you have enjoyed this presentation of Caribou County Basketball on KBRV The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com. Visit our website for a full schedule of upcoming games and for recaps of every game we have covered this year. Until next time we take to the air with Caribou County Sports, goodbye and good night.